Okay, I'm recording. My voice is being recorded, I believe. Am I loud enough?
No, yeah, you're fine. You sound fine.
I?
Yeah, I think I am as well.
You're perfect, mate.
So are you. Another month, another episode.
We've not lost the charm after all.
No.
We've not lost the spark of marriage
No.
after all these years, have we?
You'd think
No, I
after
am
one-
quiet. Yeah, a
You're
little
not
bit.
quiet to me.
Am I loud now?
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
shit,
so
okay.
loud. That's so loud. Yeah, let's...
Hi.
Hi. I think should we just roll the intro after that? Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new monthly episode of Nostalgia Bait. It is a pleasure to be back. I am joined, as always, by the wonderful George Sheard. Say hello, George.
Hello, George.
I knew you were going to do that again every time.
I don't think I've
Today-
ever done that before every time. This is like episode 100. I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever
that's not every
done
time.
that bit. I mean, I might have done that bit. Knowing me.
I think
Dementia
you did it last
does that to you.
episode.
I
I think you did it on the Ewan episode.
Oh my god. Probably, actually. Yeah, I probably
Yeah,
did.
Probably. But yes, we are back for another monthly episode. And
We're
guys,
back.
we have to start by apologising.
Do
We
we?
lied at the end of last episode. We said
Oh,
that
we
were gonna
did.
be talking
Oh,
about
no.
KSI.
No.
Because I remember saying, should I announce that? Because are we definitely doing that?
And
you
I
went,
was like,
yeah,
yeah,
definitely."
fuck it. Let's announce it to the public so we have to stick to it. And now we're not sticking to it
Guys,
because we want to
we've
talk
made
about
a
other
sincere
things.
and continuous lapse to our judgment, and we do not
Yeah.
expect to be forgiven.
Should we summarise KSI in 1 minute?
An idiot. There we go.
Actually, yeah, one
Roll
word.
credits.
Washed. How about that?
Yeah, there we
Okay,
go.
anyway.
There we go.
There we go. There's
Um,
your KSI episode. Thank you for watching, everyone. See you later.
See you next
Have a lovely- See you next month.
But no, we are not just through. Well, the KSI is out the window, so the KSI episode
KSI.
is out the window.
Yeah.
But we thought, because we are,
Oh my
to
god,
be honest,
yeah.
it's been a great month for TV and film.
It has. It has.
Specifically film, I guess, more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
film.
we kind of-
yeah.
I think we hinted on last episode, because when we did the Ewan episode, Odyssey and Spider-Man were like just on the cusp of coming out. Or Odyssey
I think it was
just
the
about to
day
come out.
Spider-Man came out. I think the day of
Yeah, and Odyssey
like
came out like
the Nostalgia Bit episode. It was crazy. Yeah.
like just after we recorded or whatever. So
Yeah.
we thought, because we originally had a conversation about doing Nostalgia Bits for it. We were like, no, fuck it, this deserves. It's like
We're gonna
probably
do
the
a whole
two biggest
episode.
film releases of this year. Let's be honest.
Yes. I mean, two very big recent
Without a
films, big summer blockbusters.
Yeah.
And
Nolan.
alongside that, there's been a lot of announcements as well, hasn't there? So it felt like kind of we owed it to ourselves and
Yeah.
the sort of history of Nostalgia Bit and covering
Yeah.
these film updates that we sort of
Yeah.
thought we'd have to kind of get round to it eventually. And I've not talked about either of the big films, Brand New Day
Yeah.
or The Odyssey, quite yet. So it's just it just seemed like a bit of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And it was either, do we talk about all the things that are really current and trending and new exciting films that we can say loads about, or do we talk about a washed YouTuber with a shit music career?
Well, there we go. And we
I think
know
there's an
which
easy
one.
answer.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. So for the first half of this episode, we're going to be reviewing Odyssey and Spider-Man and giving
Yes.
our thoughts and how amazing they both were, hopefully.
Should we
Um,
flip
and
a
then-
coin for which one we want to talk about? We've
That's
got a
true.
coin.
I was going to do it in release order.
Okay.
That was my... I mean, if you want to flip a coin, we could flip
I
a
haven't
coin.
got a coin. To be honest.
There we go.
Actually, I've got a big coin here. Hang on. We could use this big Lego coin.
Come on, then.
That's very nostalgic.
Which side's
right.
which?
Like, that's heads, right? And then that's...
Yeah, but
Tails?
which one's heads and which one's tails?
You decide.
Odyssey heads.
Oh, Christ, hang on, let me do that
One
again.
of those.
Oh shit!
Greatest camera in the process.
Headphones are unplugged.
anyway, second half we're going to be talking about all the D23 and not D23 and Comic Con
That
announcements,
was so unprofessional.
Doomsday, X-Men, etc., etc.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about.
There's
Yeah.
so much to talk about. So
Which was heads?
Odyssey was heads. Odyssey first.
Odyssey first. There we go.
Yeah.
So the Odyssey. You're a big Nolan fan. We've established this because you never shut up about Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
On this
At
podcast?
the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we did the Oscar episode and I'd put all the photos up behind me of the of the Oppenheimer stills
Oh my god, yes, vaguely.
on the back of the door.
Ridiculous.
At university. But honestly, Odyssey, guys, 2 words. Absolute cinema.
You know, I thought it was a really good film. Like
Yeah.
I had, so I'll preface by going, I didn't know much about the story,
Crazy.
and I didn't. Okay, sure. That's such a no need for that, but sure. I didn't really know much about the story. I didn't really have much excitement because it's not really my kind of thing, I guess. Like I didn't really.
Yeah.
For me, like I love Christopher Nolan as a filmmaker. My favorite Nolans are like Interstellar,
Sci-fi Nolan, yeah.
and not necessarily because I wasn't a big fan of Tenet, but Interstellar, Inception, quite like his
Dark
Batman
Knight?
films.
Yep.
Yeah, Dark Knight's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think that this was one of those ones where I was like, okay, Oppenheimer I liked. I thought it was really good. Like I never watched it since cinema, but yeah, this I was kind of like, we'll see. And people raved about it, and I was genuinely like, I am not. Like, I can't be bothered with people giving this film 5 stars, and then it's just going to be a Nolan film, right?
Yeah.
And I look again. That's somewhat. That's a fan speaking.
Yeah.
And then I would see it, and I was like, no, this actually is really good.
Yeah.
Not 5 stars, might I add.
IMAX.
Not 5 stars. IMAX, not BFI, not 70mm, but
But
IMAX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this movie at midnight on its release date in IMAX.
I know, and I remember, and I was like, I don't know how you can.
I
don't
somehow
know how.
managed to convince my dad and my sister to go and see it in
Yeah.
IMAX at midnight on
Oh
a
my
Thursday,
God,
on a Wednesday
really?
or Thursday. Amazing. Haven't done a midnight release in Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my god!
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Loved
better
it.
experience than that.
Much better. Came out feeling so much better.
No, you liked Rise of Skywalker at the time. Let's
Guys,
get
Odyssey-
real with that. That
Odyssey
was a
came
fun.
out, like
yeah.
6 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
compared to how I felt 6 weeks after Rise of Skywalker, great success.
Hey, that's you can't.
When-
Lightning in a
so-
bottle.
Going into Odyssey, I knew the story. I'll dox myself quickly. I was a massive Greek mythology kid growing up.
Special
I
interest. Yeah.
started with the Percy Jackson books. I read all the Percy Jackson books, love them to bits. Still to this day, I adore Greek mythology. I'm literally
forgot you're a
reading.
Percy Jackson kid.
I've-
Yeah.
I'm reading Mythos by Stephen Fry at the moment. Rereading Mythos by Stephen Fry at the moment. Fantastic, love it all. So I knew not like the full of the story, but I knew some of the key elements of it. I knew what the story was about and stuff like that. I had a general idea of who everybody was and who everybody was playing specifically. So
Yeah, I kind of gathered bits,
Yeah.
but I didn't. Like, I knew the basics, and I think by
Yeah.
the time I saw it, which was like probably genuinely like week 3,
yeah,
like it wasn't long before Spider-Man came out that I saw this. So I did see it quite late. But that's because I had the monumentous task of convincing my girlfriend that this is absolutely a film that she would enjoy.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't manage to convince her that it would be a film that she would enjoy. I had to be like, look, you have to experience. Yes, it's a 3-hour film. You have to experience. Like, IMAX is a brilliant experience. I'm trying to gas it up, and I said, look, I'll buy your ticket if you come and see it. So then, if you think it's shit and it's a waste of time, got it for free. It's cool.
Yeah.
That worked. She loved it.
Yeah.
So I want my money back. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. I thought the performances were really good for the most part.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Who do you think I'm going to
Tom
say?
Holland.
I like
Really?
Tom Holland as a person, so I don't like slagging him off. I think he was. I think the direction of everyone doing an American accent I thought was a bit weird. I didn't like that. Didn't love that.
Yeah.
What's her name? Hang on. Charlize Theron as Calypso. iPhone face.
Really?
iPhone face.
Fair. Yeah.
She looked like 2026.
Yeah.
There's some people, and it's
I
a
didn't
term
know
to throw
this.
around.
I didn't know this was a term until after I saw Odyssey. My girlfriend
Right.
was telling me about this.
No, this is the thing because
yeah, I
some
know this was a
people
thing.
look too modern to be
Yeah.
in historical films,
Yeah.
and that's a prime example
Yeah.
where it's like she looks like. Much love to it. Nothing wrong with having work done. She looks like she's had work done. It looks weird in this context. And the same can be said for men and or women, but I just thought her character felt very
Yeah.
off compared to other characters.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Go.
Her character, I think, kind of... I get where you're coming from in the sense of iPhone face. I think her character kind of... The nymphs are kind of supposed to be these beautiful, elegant, like, enticing creatures. So I think it's kind of justified because I think as an audience member, you also have to be able to go, wow, she's stunning and beautiful. And if you have somebody who kind of looks like they are from ancient Greece... It doesn't really, and I think it also kind of plays on the sense of like it's what you see you're not seeing it through Odysseus's eyes. Odysseus could see Calypso,
and that's completely fair enough. I just don't know if that. I found it jarring because it felt like someone out of a modern film.
Yeah.
And it's not a thing. It's not a comment on how good or whatever she looks. I'm not being like, boo, she wasn't attractive enough for that role. That's not what I'm saying.
That is what I'm saying, guys.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that she looks right out of 2026.
Yeah.
Everyone else, I thought, for the most part, brilliant. I thought one of my favourite performances in the film. I'm going to butcher his name, John Leguizamo, who played the blind shepherd person.
Yeah, fantastic.
Love that guy. I really like him anyway. From just in his filmography is just crazy. Like, you know, Sid the Sloth, but also like Luigi in the 90s Mario Brothers movie. Crazy portfolio. He was excellent in this, and he genuinely was like, his performance was just sublime, to be honest, in this. I thought Matt Damon was probably a career best.
Yeah.
Really. I think he was excellent in this. And I think, again, Tom Holland and Anne Hathaway, pretty good. That section of the film, I understand why we spent so much time in it, because the ending hits harder because of that being the story, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that for the first half of the film I wasn't really bored. And I was kind of waiting to get back to the kind of
Epics.
The Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
Like that the titular part of the film. I want to see like these weird places that they go to, and I want to see them get. I just thought that part of the story I think was a bit slow for me, but by the time it got to the end, I'm like, okay, it justified it. I get it. I really liked it.
Thing and pulls it. It's like, this goes pretty
coolest thing I've ever seen, and I got chills. Like I can't. I'm not going to slag it off. Like I think that's brilliant. No, I was so impressed. I think it's a testament to filmmaking, and that's what I love the most is when things are done like this, mostly practically. The scene with the pigs being melded, and it was like practical effects with like stretchy kind of prosthetics and puppets and animatronics. Incredible.
Genius.
The body doubles of like the giants versus like the smaller people, brilliant. The practicality of doing the Cyclops,
crazy. By the way, when I read that's how they did that.
What do you mean?
The giants, the guy in the armor,
like a massive, like 7 foot bodybuilder, and then like a smaller petite kind of woman who was kind of in place of Odysseus, and it's like just the way, again, using practical filmmaking and camera motion. They also did something weird as well. I read that they put like fake trees in that would like twist and spin so that you could get a feeling of like unease when watching it. Brilliant. Like the Cyclops being mostly practical, a giant puppet, the eating of like the soldiers being like these gelatin molds with like blood in them that look realistic. The attention to detail from the props and practical effects department on this film, absolutely sublime, second to none.
I feel
absolutely
like
incredible.
With all Nolan films, they are like, the one thing you cannot deny is all of Nolan's movies are a masterclass in filmmaking. Yeah. You just can't deny it.
No,
whether it's down to the prop and practical effects and stuff of Oppenheimer and Odyssey, absolutely genius, or it's fucking inventing new CG technology for stuff like Interstellar. Like, it is always a genius and a masterclass in filmmaking. Like, that is why I love him so much.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I have a small asterisk. He still can't mix a film to save his fucking life, though, because I swear to God, every time I watch a Nolan film in IMAX of the last few years, the last few films that I've seen, Oppenheimer, Tenet, and now The Odyssey, why are dialogue scenes so blown out with other noises? Why is everything so normalized? When I get it, cool. When there's a thunderstorm, I probably shouldn't be able to hear clearly the dialogue, but it'd be nice. But when Anne Hathaway and Tom Holland are having a quiet conversation about how much they miss their dad, and all I can kind of hear in the background is running water in the background of the fucking scene. I'm like, why can I even hear that? Like, I understand for continuity, but why can't I hear some of the words I say? It's only an IMAX, because when it gets a home release, it's fine, but I just think sometimes we need some better sound mixing going on, because his films are massive in scale and really play with sound brilliantly, but sometimes the mix is just off. And I've heard it before a thousand times. Yeah,
I know for a fact that if I went back and watched it now, it's probably something that I would pick up on.
It's
again,
that whole thing of like,
yeah,
oh well, if you see it in IMAX, you have to see it in this optimal row or optimal seat. Fuck it. If I'm paying a cinema ticket, I want to hear the film.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to miss anything just because I didn't manage to get an optimal seat.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm maybe waffling, but it is a criticism I see of his films. And the only other criticism I would say is, good God, it would be nice for him to pass the Bechdel test at some point. Like, all the women in this film just talk about men in every scene, and I think it would be nice for him to at some point write a female character that feels a bit more compelling, that isn't just, because even in Oppenheimer it was like the female characters were just talking about, oh, what's Oppenheimer doing? Like,
true. Very true.
It's a criticism that I think is completely fair enough. I'm not going into Chris Nolan's film expecting a work of feminine literature, but like, it would be nice to see him attempt to write a female character a little bit better.
I'm interested to go back and see like for Nolan to do another original idea and not an adaptation.
That's what I was kind of disappointed with, I think, when they announced this. Even though it's brilliant, don't get me wrong.
Actually, to be
one
fair,
of my favourites in years with him.
The point I was going to make, Interstellar's also really bad for the Bechdel test as well, because you've got Anne Hathaway's character and you've got Cooper's daughter, which
is. It is. Don't get me wrong.
It's not even an adaptation issue.
It is really. Yeah. It is a no. And I don't even know if Christopher Nolan actually wrote that, so I don't want to go on that record. That might have been Jonathan Nolan, but same thing. Hey, the Nolan brothers. I just
notorious feminists.
And I'm sure they are. They are. But I just think that sometimes, just try and hit that, right?
Yeah.
You've even got a character in this. Again, can't remember the character's name, but the witch.
Cersei.
It's like she hates men, but she doesn't talk about anything other than men.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's a very kind of whole picky criticism. There are 1,000 filmmakers out there who have would never be able to pass the Bechdel test if they tried. But my kind of point is, it's like, it would be nice to see that, because I do think Nolan films have a reputation of being like men's films, and I would really like.
That's true. Yeah,
it's easier to get
led for like a.
Yeah, either female led or just
I think
more of a nuanced kind of dialogue. Because I think some of this is it's brilliant, but I think Nolan is a fantastic director and a phenomenal filmmaker, one of the best in the industry. I think his writing could be better. And I think that, and that's coming again as like a writer myself. I'm not fucking perfect. No one's fucking perfect. But I just think that's, if I could criticize him with anything, it would be the writing.
Did you see the roast that his son said to him when he was writing Odyssey? Have you seen this interview? So Nolan was in an interview and he's talking about how he was really intimidated by his Oscar when he was writing the Odyssey. So he took it out of his room and his son walked in and went, I don't know why you're taking the Oscar out. You didn't win an Oscar for writing.
Yeah.
And the day Nolan passes the Bechdel test is the day that he wins an Oscar for writing.
Hey, it might happen. That's all he needs to do is just have it. Just one scene. That's all you need. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a brilliant film. Robert Pattinson, incredible.
Honestly, this man, whatever he's eating, this needs to be studied. This man is on a generational.
I know what he's eating. The fucking scenery, and every scene he's in, he's chewing that scenery, and he's brilliant.
The amount of the fucking memes I've seen of the fucking when he shouted beggars is just so funny.
He does say it with a hard R, doesn't he? He does say it is a bit odd, but it's a really interesting choice. But it's a good character choice because the guy's a prick and he is horrible to beggars.
He is absolutely fantastic in this movie. Every single scene he is in.
I love that Robert Pattinson is getting appreciation for what he does, because this is one of his biggest years, and rightfully so. Just to clarify, this year he's in the drama, The Odyssey, Primetime, can't wait for that, and Dune Part 3. And that's 4 big films where the performance for him is right at the front. Now, you've obviously got him as the Batman as well. But it's really great to see how he's come from like Twilight and that kind of niche into more exciting and kind of bigger projects. I'd love Tom Holland to do a similar thing.
Yeah.
And even though he was in this, I think that like it'd be nice to see Tom Holland kind of delve more into being a character actor. But I do love that man, so I can't
honestly,
I dare not
like,
say a bad word about him.
Tom Holland is amazing in this movie. Like, I genuinely enjoyed him.
Yeah.
The reason why
I think he served a purpose. I think he served a purpose.
The reason why I think he gets so much slack is because you're putting him next to actors who have been in the game for however long, who have done however many movies, they are Oscar winners, award winners. Like, Tom Holland will eventually be that. There will someday be an actor in Tom Holland's position looking up to Tom Holland and being outshone by Tom Holland. But this is not me saying he's still phenomenal in this movie, and I do not like. I've seen him getting some slack online. I truly do not.
But I don't think he's. I don't think he's like the best actor in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's a really good actor.
Yeah.
And I think that like, unfortunately, I think he's a bit typecast, and I think he's typecast in this role. Like him playing a sort of lacking in confidence, kind of. I guess the ancient Greek equivalent of being like a nerdy kind of character, right? A bit like socially uncomfortable, not really very confident in himself. To then, you need a character that's able to do that and go on that arc towards the end of the film where they are more confident and more sure of themselves and do become that. And I think Tom Holland is a really good casting for that. I saw some people, I think my girlfriend as well, she was saying that like, Timothée Chalamet would have been really good in that role. I'm like, he would have been the same as he is in like June. Like, you needed a Tom Holland type to kind of do that kind of role because
I think Tom Holland still looks young enough, and you can make him look young enough for that role. Whereas someone like Timothée Chalamet, I don't think would look young enough to be able to do that range, because at the end of the day, it does span over however many years. What is it, 2, 3, however many years it is. You kind of need somebody who can do both parts, can do Odysseus' son when he's 16 and also do it when he's like 20 or something like that. Like, and Timothée Chalamet, I think you can't get the look with that, if that makes sense.
I generally though, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great film. It's probably my favourite Nolan film in a few years, probably since maybe Dunkirk. But yeah, I preferred it to Tenet. I preferred it, I think, a little bit to Oppenheimer as well, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed it. I think the scale of it, the scenes, just again, watching it in IMAX is just unbelievable. I do think we're getting to a point with these films where it's getting a little bit pretentious with the sort of format. You can only watch it in true 70mm in these cinemas around the world. Just screen it in that aspect ratio. Like, I would rather watch it 4:3 and get the whole image, even if it's cropped at the sides. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather watch the whole film than be like, have it cropped in and blown out on a big screen. I just don't think that's right. And I understand it's like a kind of filmmaking thing, and it's like it's a whole thing of like the craft, but I think we're getting a little bit into that dangerous territory of like it becoming quite pretentious and wanky, and I think that's always kind of been the case a little bit with Nolan.
Pretentious film buff's wet dream. That's what it is.
It's sort of like a middle ground, I think, is a weird thing. It's like, I don't think it's almost like too known in the general audience context for it to be like a film nerdy kind of like niche pretentious film, but it's also not Marvel, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that filmmaking wise, it is that, but then it's also like, it's so for the masses as well.
Yeah. I loved it. It was fantastic. I can't speak wrong of it. It was a great adaptation of the story, I thought. I think they hit all the story beats. Yeah, I think the acting was incredible. The practical effects, we say no more. They are
incredible. Like, filmmaking-wise, it looked brilliant.
Genius.
It felt brilliant. Didn't sound particularly brilliant, but I really liked it as an overall kind of piece. Should we talk about Spider-Man?
Should we talk about, again, absolute fucking cinema?
I had such a good time with this film.
I was so nervous going to this movie.
I was dreading it. Because I've not really been that engaged with Marvel over the last few years. And look, I'm open-minded. Like, I want to enjoy these things. I don't go in being like, I can't wait to hate watch this. I'm not one of those people. Like, I would love to go into a Marvel film and enjoy it. And not pick holes in it. And I did.
Do you know what I love?
I did.
And this kind of is a great thing about Marvel at the moment, because they produce so much stuff that's not great. When you do have something that's great and you get that moment being like, holy shit, they've done it, that shit hits like crack. Like, I remember sitting there watching the movie, and it was somewhere around the point when he's like depressed and he's starting to get like the traumatic stuff and gets the natural webs and stuff. And I remember sitting there, and then he fights Scorpion and beats the shit out of him and stuff. And I remember sitting there and I was like, oh my god, they've actually done it. I was like, this is amazing. And every single step, I was like, holy shit. Got to the end, I was like, they've fucking done it. I was like, I'm
really enjoying it. I've really enjoyed it. I'm really torn about it a little bit. Again, not to be pessimistic. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's probably the
Spider-Man
best.
through and through.
It's Spider-Man through and through. It's probably my favourite Spider-Man film since Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Not including the Spider-Verse films. And I think that's where I'm a bit like, I feel like I just wanted, I don't know, there's something a little bit missing about it. And I think maybe it's the villain. And I think maybe it's doing, spoiler alert, doing Jean Grey, I think is a really good idea. And I think it works so well in the film. And I think it having a villain who's in the same place in life as Spider-Man is an absolute formula you need to keep to. I think it's brilliant. But I just don't know if I'm kind of just wishing they hadn't done the villains that they did in No Way Home, because now we're never going to get a Doc Ock, we're never going to get a Green Goblin again. We're never going to get a Sandman or Electro, and it's like, those are big villains.
This is the thing with, and I think we've spoken about this before. I definitely have mentioned it before. No Way Home, whether you love it or whether you hate it, at the time, like seeing it on the big screen, the shock factor, oh my god, Green Goblin's back.
It's incredible. It's fundamentally kind of ruined.
In hindsight, and being in the year of our Lord 2026, it was a bad idea, because you have completely fucked yourself over with doing a Norman Osborn story, with doing a Doc Ock story, with doing anything that they did majorly in No Way Home. You could maybe get away with some of the more minor villains from No Way Home. You cannot do... Now, I did see something, and I don't know whether it was AI generated, the comments didn't tell me, or if it wasn't real, is that there is apparently an Oscorp reference in the movie. Apparently there's something in it that references Oscorp.
However, I feel like I would have clocked that, and I feel like I would have seen that.
There's something in one of the offices where there's like a document that says Oscorp. I don't know. Anyway,
sure.
Besides the point, No Way Home was spectacular. It was amazing. I loved it at the time. I still do love it. Like, it is still.
The thing is, I do love No Way Home. But
fucked themselves over, because.
Like, I would have loved to see. Like, I don't mind Green Goblin, because Green Goblin was a massive part of that film, and I think Willem Dafoe is perfect in that role. And I think what they did with that version of Green Goblin is excellent. The whole thing of it being like, he's kind of obsessed with this idea that he deserves power and he deserves respect, and he wants Spider-Man to join him and embrace that is brilliant. I think Green Goblin is almost like the equivalent of the Joker for Spider-Man. Yeah, and it would be nice to see them do that again in the MCU, but I just don't think it's ever going to live up to Willem Dafoe. Love Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. I think we could have seen a new interpretation of Doc Ock in the future. I think the Spider-Man PS4 game did a fantastic job with like a different Doc Ock, and I would love to have seen that done in this. But
counterpoint, I don't think Doc Ock can be done, because I think it's been done too many times more recently. They did it in Spider-Man 2, they did it in Spider-Man PS4, they did it in Into the Spider-Verse as one of the main villains in the Spider-Verse. You're rattling, and then there's also an argument that there's a potential we are just going to get an adaptation of Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, because how else do you do that? And that was a very well done adaptation of that. That was different to Spider-Man 2. It's again coming up with something new, and I just don't know. But anyway, Brand New Day, I think, amazing, was incredible.
Fantastic.
Like I know people want to shit on it in different areas. Mm-hmm. This cemented to me my kind of unsureness of Tom Holland after the Odyssey was stamped out immediately by this. Tom Holland was born to play this character,
absolutely,
and I genuinely think this film cemented him as probably the best Spider-Man.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah,
I think overall, if we're talking about, I think we've always said Tobey Maguire, like fantastic Peter Parker, bit of an awkward nerdy Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Andrew Garfield, bit too cool to be Peter Parker, but a really good Spider-Man. Tom Holland, best of both, and he's established it. And what I love, and this is where the MCU really comes through for me, what I absolutely adored about this film is it drives home the plot threads set up from Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home, and I felt really emotional watching this because I'm like, I care about these characters really deeply, actually, and I never. This was like a new Spider-Man at one point in time for me, but now this is the Spider-Man films, and this film really cemented it for me. Where I'm like, he's in New York, he's swinging, there's practical effects, it looks great, but also I've grown up with these people now. When Far From Home came out, I don't know if you feel like this, but when this sounds really daft, right?
Yeah.
I do appreciate that, but daft thing coming. Pre-warning. When Far From Home came out, and they're going on like a school trip.
Yeah.
I was in probably just before I finished sixth form. I was still in school, and that sort of point in my life, I kind of not related, but I felt like it was representing a point in my life where I was. No Way Home is just whatever; it's all on a green screen. And then Brand New Day comes out, and it's like he's an adult. He's living in a flat in a city, and he's got his responsibilities and stuff, and he's still trying to keep in touch with his friends, and he's a bit of more of a kind of social outcast. And I'm like, I really fucking felt that. Yeah. Now, I don't feel like a social outcast, but the point I'm making is, as you get older, it's harder to maintain, friendships with people who mean a lot to you. And I think it's a really clever way of doing that through the lens of, they've forgotten he exists, so he's isolating himself, and he keeps the mask on all the time. I love that, and I will be forever thankful for No Way Home doing that plot point so that Brand New Day could exist in the way it does. Yeah. Because if Brand New Day had him chatting to MJ and Ned all the time and it being normal, I'd be a little bit like, because I feel like they had to grow as characters, because they're different in this film, Ned and MJ. I think they had to grow and become adults, and so did Peter Parker, and they're all kind of different versions of the same person. Do you
know what I hate, and this is a good thing about this movie, is I've been so vocal about Spider-Man, about me being like, when Brand New Day comes out, I don't want anything to do with Ned and MJ. I want there to be a new love interest. I want MJ to not remember until the second or third. I've been so vocal about this.
Yeah, I think I said that as well, yeah.
My brother in Christ, when fucking Jean Grey tricked him to think he was MJ, mate, I could have screamed in anger. I was like, no! Like, it was like romance.
Did you clock it?
No.
I clocked it. And the reason I clocked it is really funny, because there was like a meme that was going around, which is years old now, all the way from Far From Home, where it's the ending where MJ kisses Spider-Man at the end, and she's like, it's just like a standard meme format. I have to send it to you, and it's just like, you're a great kisser, Parker, but also, and then it's Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio being gay, and I was like, someone made a version of that, and someone put that out there and was like, Brand New Day spoilers in that context. And then when it started to happen in the film, I thought, it's Jean Grey. And then someone's made an edit of that now where it's like, you're a great kisser, Peter Parker, but also a paedophile.
I was so invested in the romance again, that when it happened, I was so happy. I was like, yes. I was like, she remembers. It's all going to be okay. And then it turned out, I was like, no.
Little things as well. There's the bit where she throws MJ off the building.
Yeah.
There's a shot of MJ falling, and there's like a red neon light, and the red neon light fades as she kind of gets her consciousness back.
Genius.
Filmmaking. Absolute cinema. I love shit like that. Yeah. Seriously. So much about this film, I was like, I just... Like, it's not perfect. It's still a Marvel film. It's still a Spider-Man film. Mm-hmm. It had so much going for it in so many areas, and it was so much more emotionally nuanced than it had any right to be for an MCU Spider-Man film. I just thought, this has got it. It's absolutely got it. Locked and loaded.
I hate how amazing it felt seeing natural web slingers again. I genuinely thought, I was like, I'm not going to be that bothered. I was like, yeah, it's a cool thing to do. I was like, this is sick as hell. I was like, yes. I was like, it felt so good. I was like, it's amazing.
It was pretty good, wasn't it? I mean, let's be real. So it was... Yeah, I was a big fan of.
Do you know what it kind of feels like? And I think this is something that we've kind of missed with Tom Holland Spider-Man, is we've never had the origin story. And I understand they wouldn't want to do it again because we've had it so many times.
That's true, and that's what this felt like.
it is kind of the missing origin story for.
I think that's what I liked about it. When he's on the rooftop and he's like testing the web, that's straight out of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, right? Like,
and then he's
doing
he's doing swinging for the first time and can't do it, and it's like it's kind of nuancing the origin story that we never really had. Again, not that in hindsight, I think now where we are with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, it would have been nice to have the full story. But at the time,
I kind of disagree because I think it hits harder now. I think you have to remember at the time, for context, we had the Uncle Ben thing in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and then they did it again in 2012.
This is what I'm
saying. Tom Holland appeared in like 2015, so only 3 years later. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it maybe would be nice to have had the full timeline for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. However, at the time, I'm still not truly too bothered because I think to have done another Spider-Man origin story 4 or 5 years just after Andrew Garfield was not the correct move at all. But it's nice to now kind of have it in the sense of a new generation, and also have
it feels like it is
Spider-Man.
And this is what I'm saying, is like Aunt May dies in the last film.
Yeah,
that's his Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
and that now he's getting like new powers, so that's his kind of origin.
Yeah,
the first 3 films kind of lead into it being an origin. Now, again, it's a brand new day, and that's kind of sums it up best. Is that that whole film is that vibe of like, this is something new, and we're trying something new, and I'm so into it. I'm very, I don't know, I just was so impressed with the filmmaking of this. Destin Daniel Cretton, impeccable. I had faith. I didn't love Shang-Chi, but I had faith that he would do a phenomenal Spider-Man film, and he has. He really captured for me the spirit of New York. It felt very warm and very, like, community-focused, because I think that was something about the first few Spider-Man films of Tobey Maguire. You always felt like New York was its own character. It had its own presence. You could walk down the street and there'd be, hot dog servers and people going about their day, and it felt very real. The train scene where they're, like, standing up to Doc Ock, and it's like, if you want him, you're going to have to go through us. In the first film, there's people from New York just like throwing shit off Green Goblin, being like, "Hey, you messed with one of us, you messed with all of us." I really felt
the scene
that in this film.
The crowd.
Oh man! Can I also say as well, credit to Tom Holland, he's done some voice work here, because he sounds, in the first 3 films, he sounds like Marty McFly, and for the first time in a Spider-Man film with him, he sounds like he's from New York.
Yeah.
He's got a New York... Someone compared this, but there is a video, I think it's when he first meets Punisher and he's doing that, whatever, on the van. He sounds like he's from New York, and it finally doesn't... You can tell, obviously, Back to the Future's a huge inspiration for him, but he definitely kind of always had that kind of Marty McFly vibe to him. They've now shifted away from that, and now I'm like, that's Peter Parker. Like, he really feels like the Spider-Man now.
This is the what we need from Spider-Man. You have, but this is the other thing as well. It's like, we've always spoke about is, yes, Spider-Man is like this kiddie character. He's supposed to be this beacon of hope, but you have to understand the people who watched. It's the same with the Tobey Maguire stuff. It's like the people who watched and have grown up with Tom Holland's Spider-Man aren't like kiddie kids anymore. They are of an older generation, like an older teen, young adult generation.
Yeah.
The films the Brand New Day shows that the films need to adapt and progress with that age, if that makes sense. And Brand New Day is exactly what we wanted as a Spider-Man film. He's depressed. It's gritty.
I wanted it to explore themes of like loneliness and using that as a sort of like superhero-y kind of crux. I thought the Marvel stuff was really well integrated, because my biggest criticism usually is like, Homecoming is just Spider-Man, but with Iron Man there all the time being really overbearing. Far From Home, Spider-Man, but Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. are here, right? No Way Home, Spider-Man's here, but also Doctor Strange, and that's the whole story.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god. And with this one, I was like, we're getting fucking Black Widow, we're getting the Hulk, we're getting Jean Grey, we're getting multiple different things. Oh, yeah, actually, let's talk about that quickly. The best Hulk stuff since maybe like Age of Ultron, maybe. Like, genuine. I mean, I know they can't do a Hulk film, but like, this was just great. The kind of, I think, my worry about the way obviously it finished, I worry that that's the last we're going to see of Mark Ruffalo, unfortunately. And I don't think there's like, and I like, again, I don't want to go too much into like politics, but let's just address it. Mark Ruffalo is very, 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 very outspoken on Palestine. Fucking big him up. One of the most realist fucking celebrities out there for being so vocal against all the fucking things. He was not part of any of the press tours for Spider-Man. He was, I mean, because again, I think, I don't know for sure. I don't want to make these claims, but I think the bloke who plays Punisher, John Bernthal, is not as outspoken for Palestine, let's just say. So I think it's interesting to see how he's kind of distanced himself and not involved with the promo at all, and not really seemingly in Doomsday. And they kind of write him out to go to a mental institution at the end, and then we've got Secret Wars on the horizon, which is very likely to recast a lot of characters.
Yeah.
So I do think that might be the last we see of Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, and I think that's really sad. However,
great.
What a one to end on. I mean, really
nice to end on.
Great performance from him. The emotion behind it, him going, and also the logic of him going back to Savage Hulk, I thought was really good.
It's just nice to see.
I fucked with it.
My girlfriend's family were watching Ragnarok the other day, and I love Hulk in Ragnarok. He's a great addition to it, but it's not. It's
comic
not
relief though.
Savage Hulk. Savage Hulk is what we need in like the original Avengers Assemble in Age of Ultron. That is just anyone in sight. It doesn't matter. Like it needs. It
should be like and that was the thing. It was like it felt scary, and it was like, oh, like we're getting.
Mm-hmm. Even like the dark, he's no longer like that. He's the dark. He was the darker green, like the original, more like dark foresty green, not the more lime green of Hulk, which just looks better.
Absolutely, I love that. I thought the Punisher was really great in this film. Fantastic inclusion. Jean Grey was really well done as well. I think all of those bits, even though they felt quite Marvel-y, I thought really worked in the context of this Spider-Man film. I've always criticised the kind of Marvel-y kind of inclusions. Mm-hmm. This really worked. Banner being there for like Peter Parker going through like a DNA kind of modification makes complete sense. Punisher didn't make as much sense, but like his inclusion here really worked. It really worked. Like and his thing being quite a big part of the story and how the story ends, especially. Yeah, I really love that.
I also quite liked already having Punisher and Spider-Man know each other. Like when he gets hit by the car, he's like, "Frank, what are you doing here?" Stuff like that. It's not like, "Who are you? Who are you?" And it kind of almost establishes Punisher. I know he's been in a couple of other things, but you're kind of getting to that point where it's like, well, he's always been here. He's always been in New York. Like they've just never shown him before. All this previous stuff is canon in the MCU. Does this, that, and the other. Like it's nice to have just have that thing. It's not the awkward. Who are you? Who are you? Who's this? Who's that? The kid in the mat. I also love the inclusion of Florence Pugh in her office in the spa when he comes out in his underwear and the Spider-Man hat. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah,
it's just,
really good.
It's genius. It's amazing Spider-Man comic. It reminds me of like the PS4. It gives me proper like PS4 vibes.
I thought like the idea of having him in the mask more than less, I thought was a really smart move, and I think it really cemented it a lot more. The costume was brilliant, but amazing. I think generally like having him hide behind that mask a little bit was a really good point, and I really hope they stick with that. Mm-hmm. If he's in Secret Wars,
well, is that
please do the same.
Yeah, I've heard that
keep to that.
I've seen that he's in both, but
I don't think he's in Doomsday.
Tom Holland didn't film for it. I've heard that it was a stunt double that did it for it, so it's if he's in it, he will be in the suit and the mask.
Right. Cool.
So
Tom Holland didn't do it?
I can't remember where it was, but I heard that Spider-Man.
Well, they're filming Secret Wars now. They're not.
They're about to start it. Yeah.
So I think he'll probably be in that, but maybe not in Doomsday.
I heard that Spider-Man is in it, but Tom Holland didn't film for it, and if he is in it, it will be with a stunt double or something like that. If he's not in it, oh well. There's rumours that Tobey Maguire's. There's been heavy rumours.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about that. I think we'll talk about that in a bit.
And he's going to be a major character in it. Which,
from what I've heard, he's not a major character in it, and we'll talk about what I've heard maybe after the break. But I'm not excited about that because that scares me a little bit. But hey, it's cool. I think this is brilliant. I really, not to go in circles. I think Spider-Man: Brand New Day is a brilliant film. I was so impressed with it. Again, it's a Marvel film. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like the best. It's not going to win Oscars. Yeah. But as a massive Spider-Man fan, there's something where the character means a hell of a lot to me personally. I was grinning ear to ear most of this film, and I was so happy that it wasn't shit.
Yeah.
Because there's been so many times where I've been to the cinema with superhero films like this where I have been disappointed.
Yeah.
Especially as I've got older and I got more critical and cynical about things. This was a real bundle of joy that I could really just enjoy. Cool.
I don't like this will lead on to Doomsday, but I'm just saying, say what you want about Marvel and how they've been the last couple of years. When it comes to Marvel movies, we're on a pretty generational run. I did say this on Twitter. Thunderbolts was great. Fantastic Four was
Still haven't seen Thunderbolts,
incredible.
but I would like to see it, yeah. And we see it
Spider-Man
before
Brand New
Doomsday.
Day. Absolute cinema. We
Yeah.
say it once more. I'm just saying, we could be on a generational run for Marvel. Is it as
We might be.
generational as the old school days? No.
No.
Is it a generational run for the last 4 phases that we've had? Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen.
It is pretty good. Yeah. Should we go on
Let's
a
go on a
break?
break, and then we can
Yeah?
discuss. I think
Come back and-
we need to discuss the future. I will say, I came out of that movie being like, I need another Spider-Man movie tomorrow.
Oh no, same.
I need
was
Spider-Man
like,
5. Like, because I've always been like, I'm happy them doing trilogies. I'm always like, do I need another? I was like, after knowing him, I was like, do I need another Spider-Man trilogy?
Yep.
And I was Brand New Day. I was like, I was like, I don't know. We'll watch it and find out.
This
And now I'm like,
motherfucker, Tom Holland, is coming out of here and going like,
can I get 9 more Spider-Man movies?
He's going, we've planned how I'm going to be like phased out and pass the baton on. Not yet, bitch.
No.
You better fucking stick around for another 2 films at least. Like, get the next couple of Avengers films, get another 2 Spider-Man films. In that 3rd Spider-Man film, maybe we can do a Miles Morales. But at the minute, you better be here and locked in. This is peak right now. And $2 billion fucking dollars, mind. You're not going anywhere, my guy. Get your ass sat down.
30 years tight. This man. But do you think that Tom Holland? Sorry, before we go on the break.
Yeah.
Do you think Tom Holland has solidified himself as Spider-Man, as like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, Iron Man?
No, that's only because there's been multiple, and I think you can't compare it. I think
Fair enough.
Iron Man, there's only ever been
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Mhm.
We haven't had a different version. I don't think Tom Holland could ever be the Spider-Man because there's a whole generation. For
I
me,
get what you
Tobey
mean.
Maguire is always going to be Spider-Man because when I watched that, I watched as a kid with awe and wonder, whereas these films I watch knowing who Tom Holland is. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know who Tobey Maguire was
fair.
when I watched those films. So there's a bit of a difference. But I think, yes, absolutely, he's the definitive and probably the best one, objectively.
Yeah.
I think what also cements it, and the final thing I'll say before we go on a break, is Sony came into Brand New Day going, we're going to do Venom and Carnage, and we're going to have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back. And it was Tom Holland who apparently stood in and said, no, that will do badly.
Yeah.
It will be bad. We need to keep it grounded, and we need to do like a street level kind of story.
That's what you need. You need somebody who understands.
Yeah.
This man
because
is
it's not just
Peter
about
Parker and
being
Spider-Man.
the
He
character.
knows.
It's not about being an actor. It's about being a bit like Doctor Who. It's about being a brand ambassador, and it's about, in this case, almost being like an executive producer.
Yeah.
Is he an exec on this? I wouldn't be surprised if he
wouldn't be
was.
surprised.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Let's go on a break, and we'll discuss the future.
We'll discuss
afterwards.
that momentarily.
Yes. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, after having an in-depth discussion about the Odyssey and Spider-Man. We didn't even reference what's his name, who plays Punisher in John Bernthal in Odyssey as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Again, crazy that they did like 2 back-to-back movies together where they were very intertwined characters in both. And Zendaya, yeah.
It's been a crazy month for them.
Generation
a lot of money, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. But yeah, we are going to. I mean,
we're going to talk about like the future of Marvel. Oh, hang on, hang on. What's that? I think I hear a phone ringing, Cooper.
Oh, do you know?
Oh yes, of course. It's time for the Nostalgia Bit Complaints Department.
Let's roll
the titles. Intro.
I've got a jacket, I've got a dressing gown, I've got some chicken, I've got some bread, I've got a can of lager, I've got a fishing rod, and I'm willing to sit down and just shout, Morty, it's Gaza. Just all I want to shout is, Morty, it's Gaza, where you?
So, complaints. As per with the Nostalgia Bit Complaints Department, we ask you, sometimes in advance of recording an episode, sometimes about 10 minutes before. Actually, this one was pretty good. We asked for your opinions, and you can jump on. You can record a little voice message for us. Basically, leave us a voicemail, and we will answer your calls. We'll disagree. We'll agree. We'll vindicate your terrible opinions, and we will inflate your ego. So we're going to start. We've actually got 5 today, so we're going to get through these relatively quickly. So first of all, from Elle, who actually sent hers in 3 weeks ago. Very early to get in. So I wonder what this is about, but let us see.
Hi, I'm just really ready for next month's complaints department. It's not really a complaint, it's more like a query. And I'm again coming from DC, because that's the only thing that's really a good fandom that's alive right now. One of the main questions that pops up every other week is sort of like, who's going to be the new Batman? Who's going to be part of the new, like, who's the new Batman fan cast? And then James Gunn's constantly like, we've not cast him yet, for fuck's sake. So I was just wondering, out of the many people in the lineup, who do you guys want to see as the new DC Batman? Because personally, I'm a massive fan of the idea of the merger with Robert Pattinson. Because I just love to see him and David Cornswell share the screen. I think they'd make a good pairing together, and I've already decided that I don't like any of the new fan cast, and that if the DCU Batman is anyone else besides Robert Pattinson, I will hate them. That's a joke. But just, who do you want to see as the next Batman? So, bye!
That's a really good one. Thanks, Elle.
Can I jump in before you
go for it?
Go for it. Okay, first
of
all,
sure.
I come from a side of I do not know who the fan cast is for James Gunn's Batman or Robin or whatever they decide to do for Brave and the Bold. However, I am of the opinion that it should not be Robert Pattinson. Crucify me, kill me, shoot me.
I don't think that's a hot take. I am with you on that.
My reason being, I don't think Robert Pattinson's Batman movies... Because here's the thing. If you bring in Robert Pattinson to the DCU, you either go one of 2 directions, and they are both bad directions. You either canonize the Batman Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 in the DCU, and I personally think they don't... I don't think they are of a tone, or they do too much to Gotham City before the DCU. The other thing you then do is you go, okay, separate timeline, and then it just becomes, I think, crazy confusing, and you have the fucking argument of, well, is it canon? Is it not canon? Do I need to see 3 movies before seeing Brave and the Bold? That's my opinion. So, crucify me, kill me.
No, I agree. I don't think it fits. And
I just don't think the Batman movies fit in the DCU.
There's also something incredibly, like...
I could see Clayface and completely change my tone.
Hey,
but that's
the thing, is I kind of wish Clayface was in that universe, but then also, again, it's a distinction.
Yeah.
We don't know what the Batman in the DCU is going to look like yet, but it's an opportunity for them to take it in a more comic booky direction that most Batman films haven't really been able to do over the last few years. The Nolan films, and the Matt Reeves Batman film have kept it quite grounded and quite realistic, which has worked incredibly well for that version of events. I don't think... Like, I can't watch The Batman with its sort of grounded, kind of more realistic approach. Its Riddler, its version of the Penguin.
Yeah, exactly.
And go, like Lex Luthor is ripping holes in the space-time continuum a city across.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that fits. Now, I get it. But the other unsubtle thing to kind of consider is that Robert Pattinson is Robert Pattinson. Do you think you're going to be able to afford him for more than the trilogy of Batman films that he's doing with Matt Reeves?
Yes, very true.
No. Sorry, but no, it's not going to happen. And realistically, like, David Cornswell isn't Robert Pattinson, right? Robert Pattinson, massive, very, very famous career actor now, who is going to go on to do even bigger and better things. And he's in, like, the peak of his career right now. David Cornswell, very good casting for Superman. Absolutely love him. But he's perfect for that because he's not a massive, massive, massive mega celebrity actor yet. He's kind of at the earlier stage in his career, and he's perfect for it because he can play Superman for the foreseeable future. What Gunn wants to build is a universe. And if you're going to cast a Batman in that universe, I think it does need to be like an older actor.
Yeah. Because
Pattinson.
If it's going
needs
to
be a more grisly one.
And you're going to do Damian Wayne, you have to have an
if
old
you're going
one
to do,
because you're already going to pre-establish he's already had however many years with all like fucking.
That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna do Damian Wayne, Nightwing exists.
Exactly.
Red Hood exists. Batgirl exists. Like who is now Oracle. Like
You've got at
you
least
need to do all of
15
it.
years of previous experience. Like
Yeah.
Nightwing was however old when he was Robin, and he's now 20 odd. Like
Yeah.
you've got at least 15 years.
So you need to establish
prior,
those things.
Like, yeah,
So
much stuff.
The interesting thing that I saw was that Aaron Paul got cast in Clayface for reshoots.
I did see. Was this a little while ago?
Yeah. And Aaron Paul's a relatively known actor.
Yeah.
Right sort of age.
Mhm.
Not sure I could see him as Batman, but there was a rumour that they did do some reshoots with Clayface. Now, I don't know if you can say anything, and I'm putting you in a bit of a tough position here. But I think you would have implied if you knew, or would have said,
that
or
they
wouldn't
did.
have engaged in this conversation.
I know that they did reshoots. It was more
Yes.
recently that they did reshoots. It was
Yes.
just before they started shooting Batman. Do I know what they did for the reshoots? No. Was I there? No.
I have a feeling that Batman will make a very small cameo in that film, and that will be where we find out the new actor. It's a bit of a jump, but I do think if you're going to do a Batman villain DCU film, and you've got Brave and the Bold down the line, I think you kind of need to maybe introduce the idea that Batman exists. Anyway, I don't know. But I don't know who that would be. I can't, we haven't actually mentioned any fan castings we'd want. I saw I think Jason Ackles I think would be really good. Who's he again? Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I do think Clayface would be a good place to introduce Batman, like as a small cameo. I think
Jason
be good.
I think Jason Ackles would be a really good casting.
Mhm.
He's sort of 48, so he's at that right age. He's like done superhero stuff with like the boys.
Yeah.
I think we could see him doing like a good Batman. We need like an older Batman, definitely.
Absolutely.
I don't have anyone off the top of my head because again, I think it needs to be someone who's lesser known.
Yeah.
And maybe more known for doing TV work.
Yeah.
Than film work. I think we don't need a big famous celebrity actor, film star. We need someone who is an established, very good actor who could take this franchise again with the DCU and be Batman for a few years.
See was Owen Cooper as Damian Wayne from Adolescence.
Good casting.
That's the one fan cast I have seen.
In full Scouse accent as well.
In full Scouse accent as well.
The next call we have is Oliver.
Yeah, I honestly didn't like Spider-Man Brand New Day whatsoever. I found it to be a very basic, straightforward plot. Before walking into the cinema, I'd more or less turned to my fiancée and I pretty much guessed every single thing that was going to happen. I found a lot of the stuff that was going on with Tom Holland's Spider-Man to be way too similar to Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man 3. Like, I get they were trying to emphasize the loneliness and the spider transformation was an extension of that. I just found a lot of it to be quite boring, quite weak, and just uninteresting. I also think that Sadie Sink's character should have been either Mr. Negative or the Chameleon. I think that would have been a much more interesting villain choice. A lot of the stuff did make me laugh, to be fair. The jokes were quite solid. But fundamentally, I think Brand New Day is the weakest Spider-Man that Tom Holland's done. Like, I'd put it down there with Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I was genuinely so baffled by all of the positive response to it. I really don't understand why people love it. I probably won't watch it again. I really didn't think it was good whatsoever.
Crazy.
Well, I think that's fair. I think it's completely. I mean, again, each to their own. Yeah. I have criticized various films on here that other people have liked, so I can't knock that. Obviously, I think given the first half of the podcast, we both disagree with that. Yeah. But I think a bit strong. I can't imagine how, personally, how you could say that, Brand New Day was kind of very basic, very boring, kind of story-wise, compared to, No Way Home, which is entirely just nostalgia.
I'll be honest, I think Brand New Day is probably my favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man movie.
Same, I think, yeah. I don't know, maybe.
I agree with and you said this, the villain should have been different. However, I get for the future of Marvel, it's better to have done Jean Grey. Mr. Negative, I would love to see as a Tom Holland villain. However, I think you tread the line of it's been done in the PlayStation games, and we are towing the line a bit too close. Chameleon, maybe, yeah, but I that doesn't like negatively impact the movie for me. I still love Jean Grey in there. Yeah. The stuff comparing it to Spider-Man 3, I get the line that you're going for, but I don't agree.
I didn't really get that. I felt like it was a bit of a different thing, really, because Spider-Man 3 is like the symbiote, and he's being a bit of a dick. Yeah. Whereas is this like more of an actual, like, as you said earlier, kind of more like an origin story. At least that's how I perceive it.
I think it's better.
I agree with the Mr. Negative thing, though. I do think that maybe at one point in time it was supposed to be Mr. Negative. Like on the filming, I don't know if you remember, like the tank had like the devil horns on it. Yeah, that was never really done in the film. So I'm presuming things were changed throughout production. Just maybe kept certain action set pieces the same. I do wonder whether they did like it was Mr. Negative and then they switched it to Jean Grey just so they could kind of do a like set up for the X-Men, right? Which is obviously what they're doing. Given like D23, which we'll talk about, that's obviously where they're going with that.
But fair,
interesting. Yeah, completely fair. Yeah, I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame that you didn't enjoy it. I think it's always a shame, and I always feel this as well when I don't enjoy a film that is kind of universally enjoyed by fans of something. It's a bit annoying, and you feel like you're on the outside looking in. But yeah, here we go. Dave Crowley.
My whole take is that Spider-Man 3 is actually one of the best known Spider-Man films with incredible thematic richness and beautiful character work, and it closes out Peter's arc perfectly. And it has a certain charm and a quality of filmmaking. For example, Tom Holland films, or even the second The Amazing Spider-Man, didn't reach.
I think that's fair. I've always said I don't think Spider-Man 3 is a bad film. No. Like, I think it's the weakest of the original trilogy. Yeah, but the other two are brilliant. Exactly. And I think the thing with Spider-Man 3 that doesn't quite hold up is like more just Peter's look when he's got the symbiote, like the sort of black kind of emo-y hair. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking funny though. Yeah, like, let's give it credit where it's due. Spider-Man 3 is hilarious. This sort of weird, like, almost like jive speak that he does.
Generational memes from that movie.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Like when he goes into like the jazz bar and he like leans into him and he's like hands her like a note and goes, "Get us some shade." It's like, oh god, this is like, but it feels intentional. Like it doesn't feel accidentally cringe. It feels like it's intentionally trying to cringe you out. And I think weirdly very good. I haven't watched the film in a while. Do need to rewatch it.
God, I haven't watched it in years.
But it is a solid Spider-Man film, and Tobey Maguire's brilliant. The stuff with Harry Osborn is excellent in that film. And the stuff with Sandman's pretty good, to be honest, as well. Yeah. It's just Venom where they're going to get it wrong, but that's where you start to get that whole studio interference thing. Yeah. There's a lot that I like about that film, though, even still. I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 is only the one that really kind of feels the weakest for me in terms of, like, it just doesn't quite have anything for me. But at least with Spider-Man 3, it does feel like a natural trilogy. It doesn't feel out of place. No. It's just the weakest of the three. Yeah. Yeah. It's like Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
It's like Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, at least in my eyes, I think it's like vaguely, generally considered the weakest of the trilogy, but it's still consistent and still very good.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie. Like, it just... you've hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah. And finally, from that one AI slop hater, I like the rebrand.
AI films are not cinema. No. AI films are not cinema. I am so sick of seeing AI slop hit my feed, hit my advertisements.
Like you put music on in the background to emphasise this point.
No, it's not. 99% of it is not even close to being real art. I see people saying, well, it's so hard to give an accurate prompt, and you still have to think about what you're putting on screen. It just makes it cheaper and faster. It's the future of cinema.
I like the music he's put in the background to make it sound like he's in a TikTok edit crash out.
I don't care if big companies will be making AI slop one day. Most of us dedicate our entire lives, our entire summer holidays, emptying our fucking wallets to make films and stories straight from our heart. Yes, maybe our student films look less professional than your environment-burning shit, but they feel so much more real and full of life. You think Wingman would have had the same amount of heart if he asked George for help? You and Skulls just typed, generate a guy in London with wings and an appy into Grok? Oh, what an artist he would be. No, he did it the proper way. He brought people together, and he made wonderful things happen. You can't do that with AI.
God.
Come talk to me when you pick up a fucking pencil, and then we'll be friends.
Do you know what it kind of reminded me of? Which it reminded me of like you buy one,
God.
you get one free. You said you buy one.
You say you buy one, you get one free. I have to applaud.
The FS.
I want to know how many takes that took.
Yeah.
To be honest,
scripted
Did
or
that take
unscripted?
long?
I need to know.
Was that unscripted? Because that was a generational crash out. To ride off the back of that, yeah, I'll happily spend 5 minutes responding to that and joining in with your crash out regarding AI.
Well, let's just read George's Twitter for the last 2 weeks and you kind of get a general idea.
Because dickheads, there's some fucking morons out there who just argue like about what, like this sentimental nonsense about AI. That if you don't like AI, then I guess you don't like cars either, because they're bad for the environment. What the fuck are you talking about? Seriously, what the actual fuck are you talking about? Yes, like go out, look out your window, look at grass. There is no grass. We're in the Sahara Desert now, fuckers. Like this is what we live in. Like this is it. Everything's yellow. Like, oh my god! And people don't understand. It's like let's take the environmental aspects out of it. Let's take out the fact that we've had an incredibly hot, horrible summer that's been incredibly dangerous and killed people off because it's been so unprecedentedly hot that our country is not adjusted to foundationally at all. You know, we don't have aircon by default. Like, that's something we will in 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm gonna just
go.
quickly try and rant and rave, but like, the AI industry relies upon data, and it relies upon making these data centers, which encourages the buying of RAM, right? The more RAM that's bought by these massive companies to make these data centers work, just so you can type shite onto Grok and fucking ChatGPT, means that RAM is even more expensive for everyone else. RAM is 5 times more expensive.
Crazy.
10 times more. It gets ridiculous and more and more and more. So you know what else gets more expensive? Fucking mobile phones, video game consoles, etc., etc., etc. Anything that uses memory is more expensive and is being priced out of the consumer. Because you want to put some fucking shitty Marvel edits on my fucking Twitter timeline, I now have to pay a fucking grand for the next console. That's what's happening now. And because of that, now GTA 6 hasn't got a disc. Now Sony aren't making any discs anymore. They're going to make a PS6 and release it for £1,200 plus because they can only release 500 models of it because there's not enough RAM to go around. So which video games developers are going to make games for that fucking console? They're not. They're going to make it for PS6 and PS5 because more people have a PS5. It's fundamentally, categorically fucked every industry. And it does unbelievably terrible things to no one more than the consumer. Us, you fucking idiots who sit there going, I'm an artist because I've typed in some shite onto ChatGPT to generate it. That you, as a consumer, you're fucking yourself over. It's not about protecting the environment. I mean, it is, because I don't want to be dead in 10 years' time, please. Like, it is about protecting the environment, but fuck me, you are pricing yourself out of everything. Phones, more expensive. Like, it's going to get to the point where having a mobile phone, having a video game console is a luxury and not a staple of modern living. That's where we're at. I fucking hate AI, man. Right. Anyway. I don't know. It's a hard thing. It's a really hard thing to discuss because people just kind of, it's very easy and it's very much there. I just don't understand why it's publicly available. If a company sits and makes their own AI thing and they build their own data thing in-house and they train everything themselves and it's not plagiarizing anything, fucking have at it.
Yeah.
But people online who would generate, but like, why is it publicly available? There's people generating these Doctor Who AI series. Have you seen these?
Yes, George, I've seen your Twitter.
And people are like, oh, wow, cool,
Makes me laugh
amazing.
so
I wish
much.
they'd done this. David Tennant, the Trickster, Catherine Tate. It's fucking mental. It's shit. It looks bad. The stories are Reddit slop. And, like, above all, you can't do fuck all with it because you've got using actors' likenesses, which is completely fucking illegal without their permission. And they're charging money! They're charging people £100 on Patreon to fucking fund the series. Fund what? You type it in a fucking sentence on a ChatGPT, thick cunt. What are you talking about? What are you charging them for? What production cost? What? Oh, pay £100 and we'll give you behind the scenes content. What behind the scenes? You're typing in a sentence! You're not doing anything! You're not sitting making a fucking film. Jesus Christ.
You made me laugh because you had an argument with somebody on Twitter about AI Doctor Who, and then one of the events you put a comment on being like, thanks to you, George, this project's been closed. They've closed on their Twitter
they closed their YouTube channel. All I said was, take away the AI stuff. You're using BBC IP and you're charging for it.
Yeah.
That's a copyright issue. The laws on AI aren't there yet. But you're fucked. Good luck. That's all I'm saying.
Congratulations.
Hey,
you played yourself.
My opinions aside, you're fucked. You're using BBC IP. You've generated this, and you know what it looks like? This AI shit. It looks like Doctor Who. Do you know how it looks like Doctor Who? Because the AI is trained on Doctor Who episodes.
It's
illegally plagiarized.
It's what to do. It's David Tennant. Yeah, you made me laugh. And I agree.
I do only tweet about this now. And I'm trying not to sound like a broken record. It is just very much the hot topic at the minute. It's hard to not think about that when I'm sweltering in the fucking almost 40-degree London heat.
Guys, climate change doesn't exist, so.
You heard it here first. Breaking news on Nostalgia Bit. Hey.
But yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about more positive things.
Guys, and before we move on,
de-stress.
We do not use AI for anything on Nostalgia Bit. It is all home edited. It is all thumbnails are all done by George. It is all home edited.
Exactly.
We do not use.
Yeah, we should establish
AI.
I'm not using AI in any of my projects, whether it's Nostalgia Bit, whether it's Wingman, especially. It is so. The people going like, oh, but you can't do budgets and all that sort of thing. It's like Wingman has a $3,000 budget, and we have worked with numerous people who are more than happy to volunteer their time for like either low pay or no pay just to be part of something creative, because they'd rather that than it be fucking generated by AI.
Amen, sister. Moving on.
Talking of the eventual doomsday of the world.
Really good. Really good. Really good. That was fantastic.
Avengers Doomsday. What do we think of the trailers and the rumours and the leaks and the castings and all that jazz? It's a few months since we talked about it. We talked about it quite a while back on Nostalgia Bit, but we haven't really talked about it recently.
Shall I take you through my
please,
my mental going into Avengers Doomsday? So
please do.
4 trailers that they released or something like that.
I think
the ones that came out, whatever. Those trailers, I was like, okay, like it's a means to an end. Doomsday's here. I'll go and see it. Potentially at midnight. That's what I'm hoping to go and see. I'm gonna go and see it. I probably will relatively enjoy it. And then they released another trailer before D23. Before Comic-Con, and I was like, yep, cool. Still not seen that. I have issues with some things, and this again goes way back. The fact we didn't see Doctor Doom, and my first fucking thingy from Doctor Doom was seeing fucking action figures of him is fucking cringe, first of all. Hate that. Fucking stop that immediately. The fucking market and fucking action figures and Lego sets spoiling shit like that is cringe.
I'd like something to be revealed in a trailer, not via Lego.
Fucking the Sentinels got spoiled because of a fucking Lego set is abhorrent, by the way.
Yeah.
Is absolutely abhorrent. Anyway,
you can't get around it though, can you?
Cut to the trailer that they showed at Comic-Con with Reed Richards and Doctor Doom and confirming that they are going to have a relationship and a connection. I'm fucking locked in. I am locked in. I'm so excited for Doomsday now. Like, I was so on the fence. I wasn't even so on the fence. I was so... it's a means to an end. I'm actually excited for it. I can actually confidently say I'm excited for it.
I didn't give a shit. And I now give a little bit of a shit, like a little bit.
No, you have to because it's there. You have a tiny little one.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I really didn't care.
Yeah.
The only thing that's kind of interested, well, first of all, like Chris Evans, man, what are you doing? He's not even in costume. He's just man.
Man.
He's just Captain Man. That's all he is.
I didn't enjoy. That's the trailer I didn't enjoy because I remember putting on Twitter being like, "Guys, found a new nostalgia bait banner," because it's such a nostalgia
it's so
bait.
wanky and like
they haven't pulled beyond.
What am I excited about? I'm excited about it kind of being like a bit of a reset. I don't think Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to be a two-parter in the same way that
Infinity War
and Endgame was. I think you have to go into it with a different mindset. I think Doomsday has to be its own thing.
It's two different stories in the comic book.
And I think Secret Wars has to be a massively separate thing, which is going to reset everything. Now, maybe the whole Battle World thing will get set up in this, right? But
yeah,
that's about it. I don't think it'll be like a cliffhanger in the same way. I think that's obvious by the fact that they're only just filming Secret Wars now.
Yeah, they haven't done it.
Do you know what I mean? Like they haven't, which is good, because I for some reason, I believe they'd already done it.
Yeah, I was under the impression that they were doing them both back to back, but that might just be my modern day. It might be the original.
I mean, obviously things have changed with these Avengers films. There used to be Kang things, so they might have changed shit round. Like, we don't know. Either way, I'm quite excited a little bit. Like, I think there's some stuff in there where I'm excited. Potential spoilers ahead, by the way, just for the meantime, because I do want to talk about some rumours and leaks that I've seen, and they may be accurate, and I have reason to believe they're accurate. Mm-hmm. If I'm about to see my childhood hero, Tobey Maguire, get fucking eviscerated in the first 5 minutes of this film, I'm going to be so disappointed.
Is that a rumour?
The rumour is, and I'll tell you how. But this is this is from a leak which came out miles before the first trailer, and has since had other parts of that leak reflected in the trailers. Mm-hmm. That's always a worry. The rumour is that the film is going to start in Tobey Maguire's universe, in his New York, fighting Wolverine and Deadpool, where they've been sent to basically, I don't know, to destroy Tobey Maguire's universe instead of their own.
Huh? What?
So Tobey Maguire is single-handedly defending against, I don't know, the X-Men? It's a chance for Hugh Jackman to kind of show up, right, for a bit, but not be in the whole thing. So in the first Avengers Doomsday trailer, Professor X is looking out of a window and he just sees this burning planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my childhood. I have a feeling that I'm gonna see, because realistically, Tobey Maguire is probably in this film. Realistically, Tobey Maguire is not going to be in this film for long. He's gonna get fucking eviscerated, Cooper, and I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, but I'm not being funny, right? I quite like the idea of that happening. However, it should not happen in the hands of Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm not being funny. If anybody's going to do it, Doctor Doom should do it. If you're going to set up this villain...
Well, that's true.
If you're going to set up this villain...
I think that's what it is like the incursion is happening because of Doctor Doom, so it's either his universe or the X-Men universe.
Because the biggest thing at the moment I'm seeing online is there is not a single fucker rooting for the Avengers. Everybody is like, yes, Doctor Doom is here and he's going to destroy everything. If you're going to...
As he should, realistically.
If he fucking runs in and kills Florence Pugh, I don't care. If he runs in and kills Shang-Chi, I don't care. If he runs in and kills Chris Evans, again, I don't care. However, if you're going to set up this character as a villain, have him go and kill and eviscerate Tobey Maguire. Like, because that's how... Yeah, the actual actor, not even Spider-Man. Have him go and eviscerate Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That's how you set up. That's how you make the audience hate a character. You kill off. Like,
no,
is that not?
I get that, but I wouldn't hate Doom for that. I would hate Kevin Feige for that. That's my problem.
Fair.
I can't detach from the decision that you've decided to bring back my childhood hero to eviscerate him on camera. Explode him, blow him up. The only way they could salvage this was another rumor that I'd heard, which was regarding this same opening, that Tobey Maguire, because he's the only superhero in his universe, would be teaming up with the Spider-Man villains that we've seen before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the only way I could really see that working, because they're all dead, would be that the events of No Way Home sent them all back cured, so they didn't actually die. So you've actually got good Green Goblin, good Doc Ock, good Sandman, and Tobey Maguire battling the fuck out of
that
Deadpool
would be
and
pretty
Wolverine.
cool.
Because let's be real,
I still don't
Tobey
agree with
Maguire,
Deadpool and Wolverine being
Spider-Man versus Wolverine and Deadpool, he's not lasting a second, realistically. Because they can regenerate.
I know, but I know, but the thought of Deadpool killing Tobey Maguire and making some sort of penis joke.
No, because this is the thing as well, is they're changing Deadpool. Have you noticed this? So they've announced that Deadpool and Wolverine in a minute. So they're doing him in the grey costume. It's going to be some sort of variant, and it's going to be basically the same Deadpool, but he's going to be PG. So he's not going to say fuck. Or they'll do, what I'd love them to do is, it's a 12, they get one fuck. I'd love it for like Deadpool to be like kind of holding out to say it at some point, and someone else says it.
Yeah, fair.
Which is a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
Has to be a 12, have to keep it in check. First Deadpool film that would not be an 18, you're going to have to change some stuff. I don't care how it happens. If they kill Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in any capacity, I will... there's something... I think a little part of me might die.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, because that's the canon. Because that's the canon ending of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man story. So technically, in the order of operation,
yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Spider-Man
That's what
1,
I'm
2,
saying.
and 3, No Way Home, and then
because
watch the start of Doomsday.
It's like you could. That's what I'm saying. You could never then watch the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, knowing that all of what happens here is irrelevant because in about 20 years, this entire universe is getting destroyed. Yeah. Brilliant. That's a really sad way of doing it. Now, I get that needs to happen.
It's inevitable to happen because of what the reset, like the reboot thing that they're doing, and they're gonna.
My other theory. Chris Evans in the trailer, you know, when he's just like smiling Captain Man and takes the hammer.
Yeah,
that's Loki.
It's 100%, 1000%,
and he's now worthy because
and hey, sick as hell.
He's cool as fuck. Yeah, I'd love that.
Sick as hell.
I don't know what other cameos there'll be in this film, but there's likely to be a few. But they're just going to be riding high on the X-Men stuff. I feel. I don't know.
I'm looking forward to Doomsday. The X-Men stuff doesn't do it for me because I just wasn't. Didn't grow up on X-Men. I watched a handful.
No,
of X-Men
neither. I don't
the
think
Hugh
I've
Jackman
actually
stuff,
watched them.
Yeah, it got me because I'd seen the Wolverine movie, stuff like that. I'm excited for the new X-Men because I'm looking forward to it being integrated.
You can get into that. Yeah, 100%. But Doomsday, I have a little bit of excitement for. I will have to go and see it on opening night just to not get any spoils. I am so worried that in the first 5 minutes of a 2.5 hour film, they are going to kill my childhood hero, and I will be miserable and in tears for most of that. I can't. This again. I hate to bring up Harry Potter in any capacity whatsoever, but it's like a Horcrux to me. If they kill him, I'm weaker. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Your soul leaves with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. So, talking of X-Men then, the X-Men cast, they've announced the cast for the X-Men film.
Not everybody, but there's a massive chunk of them they've been announced, isn't it? They're still casting.
No, they haven't announced Wolverine, which I think is smart.
Are they definitely doing Wolverine?
Probably will. They probably can't not. I'll tell you what they'll do is they'll probably introduce Wolverine at the end in like a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Because it needs to be good.
Yeah, I wanted them to do X-23, man, but you can't do it without doing more. That's the thing.
She might be in Doomsday or Secret Wars.
I think I've heard rumors that she's in Doomsday.
It's cool they got her in Deadpool and Wolverine. I forget that they did that, to be honest.
Yeah, I love Daphne.
Really cool they did that. So X-Men, you have the cast list in front of you.
Do we want to do them in order? Do we want to do Comic-Con and then do D23 stuff? Because we have stuff to talk about.
Okay, sorry. You want to go...
I think we should do it in event order, because we've had multiple things announced before even we get to X-Men. Jumping ahead there.
So, sorry, yes. So, should we want to talk about Ghost Rider quickly?
Let's talk about Comic-Con, which was where we got Grey Deadpool in the Grey Deadpool suit. That was the first thing. we got confirmation that Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom are going to have a pre-established relationship. Amazing.
Do you think, sorry, going back to Doomsday a little bit just with this, based on the trailers, do you subscribe to the theory that I mentioned fucking yonks ago, that RDJ is not the...
I've subscribed to this theory for a long, long, long time.
Because there's a few things. There's 2 Doom costumes in this film.
Have you noticed that one of the Doom costumes is the same costume as the end of Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
So the armored one, which is the one that's seen in the trailer, in that trailer from Comic-Con is the armored one, when he comes slamming down, all this kind of stuff, when he stops the axe. That is like the main Doom suit. However, at D23, they had a different Doom costume on display. It is seemingly based on it's more of like a leathery cloak, that it's the costume that he wears in the Fantastic Four end cutscene. This then subscribes to the theory that at the end of Fantastic Four, when Sue Storm walks in and sees, I can't remember the son's name, Franklin touching Doom's face, that's going to be like oh, Doom, why didn't you knock, that kind of thing. It's not going to be like the he's already a villain, he's going to be a good guy in that, and then there's going to be some sort of transition. Have you also seen the stuff about the Latverian witches?
I have. I am not too invested in that. Like, I get that. I've seen the theories and I've been like, yeah, probably.
Doctor
Strange, definitely, 100%. He's got too much aura.
I can't remember the third one is.
The other people.
There's one more as well.
Also Sylvie as well.
Sylvie's the other one. Yeah. Sylvie's the
and
other
then
one.
there was also the fourth one, which was the woman from the end of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, I can't remember her name, but yes.
Played by Charlize Theron, iPhone face. All
so,
comes full circle.
That's the stuff, that's the Doomsday stuff. Obviously, we saw all the cast were there, amazing. Shang-Chi versus Gambit looks fucking incredible.
Do you think, though, this whole thing do you think it's going to be Cillian Murphy if they do it?
I don't think... You can't, nah. I just...
If they turn around and it's like RDJ, Doctor Doom, and actually he's not the main Doom, and it's fucking Cillian Murphy, I will be...
I just think,
pigging shit.
I'm not going to lie. If they do that, it will be like a cinema masterclass who've kept that under wraps the whole time.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why they would have announced RDJ as Doctor Doom, because it's a big distracting thing, isn't it? But
anyway.
Oh, very good, very good.
Anyway, so we then got confirmation that they are now doing a Ghost Rider movie. Things were set or whatever. And we now have Ryan Gosling is our Ghost Rider of the MCU, which I think is amazing. I love Ryan Gosling. He's probably one of my favourite actors at the moment.
I don't know much about Ghost Rider, but hey, look, I've seen the pictures of Ghost Rider from the original film. I think great. Ryan Gosling will do great. He's a great actor. He's really cool with these projects.
Ryan Gosling has been open about wanting to play Ghost Rider. He's a massive fan of the comic books. That alone for me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine.
And remind me who's directing
Sean Levy.
Sean Levy. Well, I will hold my thoughts and judgment until I've seen Star Wars Starfighter, whatever it is.
Yeah. Because
that's also Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling. But hey, must have had a good time if he's wanting to work with him again.
Apparently that's where apparently Ryan Gosling pitched a Ghost Rider idea to Sean Levy whilst they were on Starfighter, and then they took it to Kevin Feige or either just as they were finishing Starfighter, whatever, and that's where it's come from.
I think Ghost Rider's a little bit camp and cheesy, so it would be nice to kind of see them embrace that. And I think that could be quite fun.
Yeah.
I haven't really got many more opinions on that.
Yeah.
I'm
excited for it.
Yeah.
Our next one, final one from Comic-Con is Black Panther 3 and the recast. Well, not recast, but the new Black Panther and the new T'Challa.
David Johnson, his name is.
Yeah.
And have you seen him before?
I don't think I have seen him in anything.
I have seen him in Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
And I will say he was probably one of the most, I don't know, he was incredible in that. His ability performance-wise was incredible. Mm-hmm. I've heard very, very, very good things about him in The Long Walk.
Yeah.
I think he's a perfect casting for this role. And I'm really excited to see what he'll bring to it.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm looking forward, now that
Yeah.
we have a Storm cast from X-Men, I'm looking forward to seeing the T'Challa and Storm dynamic and relationship in the future. That will be amazing
Okay.
to actually finally properly get that and be able
Yeah.
to do that. Amazing. I love it. Again, whatever they are doing after Secret Wars, whether it's a reboot, whether it's a merger, whether this is T'Challa or whether it is T'Challa Jr., we are yet to actually know.
I
But
presume it'll be Junior because they did that at the end of Wakanda
Yeah,
Forever, right?
I
They introduced
assume-
him as a child.
I assume that, but again, it's hard to know without knowing what they're actually going to be doing with the future.
It feels like with Secret Wars they're going to kind of revamp everything and kind of to make a new MCU timeline, right, and stop with the multiverse shit. So I think that'll be the place
just
where they'll probably
age.
do a lot of recasting, right? So they'll do new X-Men, new everything within one banner. So I think we'll keep certain people. So I think we'll keep Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
Fantastic
I think we'll
Four.
probably keep certain Fantastic Four, of course. But I think some stuff like Captain America, I don't know whether that'll still be Sam Wilson. I hope it will.
Yeah.
Um,
If we're going to do new events,
I don't know.
Avengers and Thunderbolts Avengers,
mean,
and
what it is a chance to go to the whole cast of all these films and go, who wants out?
yeah,
And we'll get rid of you.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely fine, and we can recast you really easily, and it's a good, perfect time to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And that was kind of the main stuff. I'm looking forward to another Black Panther. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to having T'Challa. I would quite like to see Shuri stay as some sort of a Black Panther. I don't really want her to just be pushed to the side, and I don't really want you to kill her. I mean, I don't know. I don't really want her to be killed off. I just think she could be a great mentor for T'Challa Jr., something like that. So
There's something in that, and I'd be really interested to see what they do with that. But yeah, I think David Johnson, brilliant actor from what I've seen him in. Very excited about like what he'll do with that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
We move
Cool.
to D23.
D23.
We forgot about Vision Quest. Didn't even talk about Vision. D23
Oh,
as well.
the Vision Quest trailer,
I know.
I think, looks really
Looks
good.
really good, doesn't it?
I was
For
quite
D23.
pleasantly surprised, and it kind of made me go, maybe I should watch Agatha thingy
I'll
again.
go all along, yeah.
Because I didn't
I
actually
think
watch
that's actually
that,
quite good.
and I thought it was okay. But it's part of the same trilogy, right? One Division, that, and then
Yeah.
Vision Quest.
What's his name? Oh my god.
Who?
So Ghost Rider has ties to Mephisto. Mephisto in the MCU is
Sacha Baron Cohen.
yes.
So
So
Ironheart, which again I
yeah.
also didn't watch.
crazy to introduce
Yeah.
Mephisto and Ironheart. But anyway, again, will be really cool to see Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah,
in Mephisto.
be nice to see him.
Yeah.
Be nice to see him do that instead of
Especially with Ryan Gosling, because I
revamp
think it would actually be quite funny.
30-year-old
It would actually
comedy characters.
be quite funny.
Yeah,
It'd be a good dynamic.
100%.
Anyway, moving to D23. The major announcement is X-Men. That we've had an
X-Men.
X-Men cast announcement.
Yes.
Star-studded lineup, some may say.
So yeah, should we go through them? So Christopher Abbott as Professor Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
I don't know this guy too much.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's very good. He's so he's dating Aubrey Plaza. I know her. She was in a bunch of stuff. She was actually in Agatha all along as well. So there you go. She's in White Lotus.
Yeah.
She's done a few things. But yeah, I don't know much about this guy. Can't really comment on it. I think he looks the part. I'll make my judgment when he's had his head shaved.
Literally.
Samara Weaving as Emma Frost.
Amazing.
I'm not familiar with either her or the character, to be honest. Again, not
Emma
really much to
Frost,
say with that one.
The only reason I am familiar with Emma Frost is from playing Marvel stuff, being addicted to Marvel stuff for like a year and a half. Amazing, Cardam.
Right.
But I quite like that the majority of the X-Men are kind of lesser known actors. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like,
for the most part,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's really good, and they've made a few interesting decisions here, and I
Yeah.
think there's a couple that I'm getting to which I do recognise and can vouch for. I think Kit Connor as Cyclops, good casting.
yeah. I mean,
Good casting. I just think he's maybe a bit too bulky. Do you know what I mean? I almost think he's a bit too ripped to be that kind of
You're
character.
getting a flood of Heartstopper fans coming to see X-Men, though. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of think maybe he would have been a pretty good Wolverine.
Yeah, fair.
I
think
don't know,
Do you not think he
but
looks I think if he isn't as bulky and he bulks down,
yeah,
he looks like he gives the Kit Connor kind of vibes. Do you not think?
Do you mean Cyclops vibes?
Sorry,
would have thought he gives his own vibes.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, he's in an Elden Ring adaptation as well, so you'll love that.
He is. Yeah.
Happy with that. I mean, he's a great actor. He's been around the circuit for a very long time. I can throw out all the random Kit Connor facts at you that he was in that the Doctor Who biopic, Adventure in Space and Time. Yeah. He played William Hartnell's grandson, who was sat around the TV. He also played young Elton John in Rocket Man as well.
Yes, I did know. I know that.
Like when he was a kid. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Next, the big one, which is kind of being talked about quite a lot because she's everywhere at the minute.
Generational, unbelievable career skyrocket right now.
Yes. Indy Navarrete, is that how you pronounce it? I think so.
Yeah.
As Rogue. Again, I think a great casting.
Yeah.
She's very big at the minute. And I think her performance... Have you seen Obsession? I presume you haven't.
No.
You know,
I would quite like to see
You should.
It. Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah. And it's like, it's not too jumpy. It is excellent. She's a phenomenal actress. Really, really good. Very excited to see what she's doing next, where her career's going from here. She's kind of gone from nothing to everything overnight because of Obsession, and I think that's great. I'm hoping that she's not just been cast because of that, and she has gone through the proper audition process and went for this role and all that sort of thing. Still, again, very early in her film career, but I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. I have no doubt that she'll do a fantastic performance, and
now
very excited.
I believe in the comic books, Cyclops and Rogue have a relationship.
Romantically involved?
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Romantically involved. So, can you see it?
I can kind of see it. Again, it all comes with the chemistry test. I did find it quite funny that when they got their photo backstage after D23, you kind of realise, oh, they've not met each other before, and they're all really awkward, and that's really funny. I was they're very much I don't know who these people are. And then finally, you've got Maya Boyd as Storm. So I again don't know too much. Apparently, she's more of a Broadway actress. So lesser known in terms of the film and TV world, but she has a lot of big credits. So she actually hasn't been in a film. She hasn't had a film debut yet. So if she's not in another film before 2028, X-Men will be her cinematic debut, which is crazy. But I'm pretty happy with that. Finally, of course, Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister.
Amazing.
What do you think of that casting?
Amazing. Fantastic.
I think it'll be great. So he's going to be the villain, right? I'm very excited to see that. Adam Driver's a phenomenal actor. We thought it was probably only a matter of time before he gets himself involved with Marvel, and it kind of makes sense to do a villain that'll probably get killed off in a movie.
Kevin Feige said apparently they've been close before to casting him, and something's happened where he couldn't join them for multiple roles. They've been trying to lock him down for, and they've finally got him locked down. Amazing, love it. I love Adam Driver. He can do no wrong. Mr. Sinister's will be a great villain for him.
He's brilliant. Now, I do want to quickly address something that I'm not sure whether you would have seen, but maybe you have. So, a little bit of history. Obviously, we are very aware of the cancelled project, The Hunt for Ben Solo, which was supposedly going to happen. Yeah. Well, this is an interesting thing that people have sort of noted, and I think it's worth talking about and see what you think about it. When they announced his casting in X-Men, he was the only one who wasn't on stage, and in fact he was at Pinewood Studios.
Oh, really?
In the video. I can't remember how people kind of worked that out, but there was a very clear thing. It was kind of intentionally placed.
Massive Star Wars logo behind him.
So people have this working theory that maybe there's some involvement. Now, obviously, this will be the first time that Adam Driver has been directly involved with a massive Disney franchise since Rise of Skywalker. There's obviously been talks where he's personally been quite invested in getting The Hunt for Ben Solo made, which didn't happen. And now he's with Marvel and is currently at Pinewood Studios.
Do you know the other half
on a project
of this story?
I don't.
Did you not see the Dave Filoni interview?
Oh, I did. I did see the Dave Filoni interview, but I just don't. He's not right. Much love to Dave Filoni. This isn't very professional. This isn't very professional of me to say. I'm just going to put this isn't a very professional thing for me to say. Dave Filoni is high as a kite 90% of the time.
I agree. Not agree.
off his face.
I agree
Like
that it's
he's
not.
not. I don't
agree.
trust a word he says.
No. I agree that him doing the Force mind trick thing to like it was funny, and I didn't take anything from it. But with him not being there and being in what seems to be Pinewood, we never know.
I think.
Would they not
Like
have announced
I
it, though?
can't.
Surely, but what? Surely
No, I think.
why wouldn't you announce
I
it
think that's
immediately?
enough. I think that's because they're not there yet. I don't think they're doing the hunt for Ben Solo. That's my thing. I don't know if he's going to appear in a different project first to gauge whether audiences want it. Because the audiences want it. People have established that the audience wants it, but let's see if we can squeeze him into another project just for a little cameo as Ben Solo or something like that. We can make that work. We'll see. Maybe Ahsoka season 2? I don't know.
How?
You never know.
Hey, motherfucker!
De-age the fuck.
Oh,
de-age
sorry.
the fuck out of him. Luke's
him
Academy.
young. Okay, sorry. Okay, I thought you meant as like old Ben Solo. I was like, wait.
But no. But also, that's just not going to happen because we're just not at that point. He would have to be like 5 years old. There's no way you'd have like a teenage. Yeah. If that, he might not even be born at this point.
No, actually. It might be because Ahsoka season 2 can't be much further before before Force Awakens, surely, because if in Mandalorian we've already had the beginnings of the temple of Luke's Academy being built.
Yeah, true.
But then he'd still be a kid. Like, you're not going to use Adam Driver.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's sort of a bit redundant.
Unless she has like a unless she has like a vision. She has like future foresight and sees.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Something like that. I don't know, man. Like, but either way, he's at Pinewood. That's where they sometimes do Star Wars shit. Could he be doing something? Is there something in this? Do you think that they'll do this? I mean, the Dave Filoni thing was interesting.
Wrapped, though, so
There's clearly
he's not filming.
It's clearly interesting. What's interesting? No. But what's interesting to me is that Disney must recognize that they are sitting on a bit of a money mountain here with this, where they are going. We didn't want to make this Ben Solo film. Everyone's been like, we really, really, really want it. Dave Filoni got more questions about the hunt for Ben Solo at this D23 conference than he did about the Star Wars film that came out a couple of fucking months ago. So I have no doubt.
That is so.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt that there's something in that. As now he runs Lucasfilm effectively. Yeah. Like, he must be having a thought about, okay, well, Adam Driver wants to do it. We should probably do it. But
unless it's a Ryan Reynolds question I have. Situation. It's a Deadpool situation.
They've leaked it to sort of get public interest.
Yeah.
Probably. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. They've put the news story out that they've talked about it publicly because they've been like, well, Disney will want it. Let's see what the fans think.
Yeah.
The problem with that is, it doesn't always work. It's worked here. Shall I say where it hasn't worked? Ewan McGregor. Now, I love Ewan McGregor. Let's talk about this quickly.
So true.
I love Ewan McGregor so much, but like, he needs to like shut the fuck up about Star Wars a little bit. I would love there to be a very well made Andor style, Acolyte style Obi-Wan season 2 that actually does it well. But the season 1 wasn't very good. And realistically, Ewan McGregor sitting in every interview and going, yeah, I'd love to do it. Disney, call me, I'm here. And then being like, yeah, I guess we could do this and we could do that. And now because his wife is playing Harrison Dula, and he's like, oh, well, maybe we could have like a romantic subplot, brother. Stop.
Bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Needs to
like,
stop.
Like, you're dead.
Yeah. Canonically,
you're dead, and if you're not dead, and she's around at this time, sure, but she's got a husband, she's got a guy.
And you don't. Obi-Wan Kenobi is well dead.
Yeah, really,
dead.
really dead by the time of Ahsoka. Maybe his Force Ghost can do something. I don't know. You know when he said in A New Hope.
We are treading on the line of the story of Jesus Christ here. So
Force Ghost Riz.
we are treading on Anakin Skywalker's origin story here.
In A New Hope, when he said, "If you strike me down now, I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine," he didn't mean against him. He meant against.
He was biding his time
specifically. He was like, "I will become more powerful."
Maybe Han Solo isn't Ben's actual dad, and Leia isn't his actual mom, and it's Harrison Dula. Maybe
We should be fucking green then.
That's true.
I don't know, like, or have green hair for some reason.
Anyway,
look, I think it's really sad that he's like, hey, I spoke to Hayden Christensen. He's doing Ahsoka season 2. We would love to get back together and do like a Clone Wars series. You're almost 50 years old, Ewan. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
We can't. We're not doing that. I love you as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Do something. If you're gonna do a thing, do a season 2 or do a Force Ghost appearance.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing they could do as a Force Ghost thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But they don't owe you work. It's turning into a Tamura Morrison situation again, where they've kind of given him a series, give him a yard, and he's taking a mile. You've given him a series. It didn't do that well. Bit sad. Would love to see him come back as a fan. But realistically, if you offered me Hunt for Ben Solo or a really good Obi-Wan series 2, I'll still take Hunt for Ben Solo at this
I'm
point.
not gonna lie.
Because it makes more sense as a project.
Yeah.
I don't care about seeing them do... As he's like interviews and going like, well, the last time you saw me, I went off into the desert and Qui-Gon's ghost appeared. Like, well, what happens there? Going, I don't care though. Like, I don't.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love Obi-Wan Kenobi, but Obi-Wan.
I love Obi-Wan
the
Kenobi.
prequels
I love Ewan
do
McGregor.
Obi-Wan Kenobi so well. Ewan McGregor is in his prime in those. Ben Solo got fucked over. Like, let's be real. The ending to his story was absolutely abhorrent. If you'd left Obi-Wan's story as was without Obi season 1, fine. Story's still great. Ben Solo needs something.
Yeah.
This man needs some justification. He just needs something. Like, I'm taking Ben Solo any day of the week. I'm not gonna lie.
Any day of the week. But the other question I have with that is, what's happening with the Rey film? Is that happening now?
It still is, but
it's kind of like been port.
Nothing's
It's been
been
slow. Yeah, it's been like 3 years since they announced it. Is it clear whether Daisy Ridley's still attached? Is it actually going to happen? John Boyega's definitely not in it.
Not doing that.
Because he just keeps talking absolute shite about Star Wars and Lucasfilm. And I honestly, like, fuck that guy. He got fucked over. His character got fucked over. The shit he's been coming out with recently, going like, oh, I would rewrite this and I would rewrite that. Oh, this shouldn't be happening. Oh, shut up. He just sounds like one of those fucking right-wing grifter YouTubers now. And it's just a bit of a shame, to be honest. Hunt for Ben Solo mixed with the Rey standalone film. That could be cool.
Well, I wonder.
Bring it together. One project.
I wonder if they're going to test the waters.
Considering that.
If they're going to test the waters with a Hunt for Ben Solo movie and then do. I wonder if they're going to test the waters with a Hunt for Ben Solo movie and then
What would the Hunt for Ben Solo be, though?
Finding himself, George.
Is that what it is? Maybe that's what it is.
That's what I assumed it was.
Yeah.
Because if they test the waters with Hunt for Ben Solo and
But
then
he's dead.
do. Well, yeah, but let's be real. Let's be honest. It's Star Wars.
It would be really cool to see them do that and then do some like flashbacks about how like Snoke kind of indoctrinated him.
Starfighter set?
After Rise of Skywalker. So he might be filming a cameo for that. Hey, that's not a bad shout. I like that. That's good shit.
Also,
you heard it here first.
I do like the concept for Starfighters, that it's about a guy who owns like the fastest ship in the galaxy, and he just.
I like. You know what I like? I like that it's Ryan Reynolds. I like that he's got a
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Reynolds. No, Ryan Gosling. I mean, Jesus Christ,
we
not
love Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I love that it's Ryan Gosling. I like that he's got a leather jacket.
Yeah,
and I like that it's got the Rebel logo upside down.
Hell
with skull
yeah.
and crossbones. It's really cool. Goes hard as
yeah.
fuck. Might buy it. Really cool. I'm down for it. I really like what they're doing with it so far. I'm really excited about what that's going to end up being, and I have some hope that they will actually land and make a really cool Star Wars film. I usually think when they detach themselves from the lore side of things, it ends up being better.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Last but not least, Ahsoka Season 2.
Yeah.
Now, you can hear our thoughts on Ahsoka Season 1
Hey.
by watching the last 100 episodes of this podcast. No,
This is a
we have a very
episode.
specific episode about it. We have a very specific episode about talking about Ahsoka. I wasn't a huge fan. I thought it was quite nostalgic, wanky.
Oh,
I really loved it.
Sorry. Before we go to Ahsoka, can I show something off? That's Ahsoka related.
Sure.
I got a
Cooper, you don't
tattoo.
need my permission. It's your podcast as well. You got an Ahsoka tattoo. Oh, that's cool as fuck, to be fair.
I'm hoping it's in frame, but
Yeah.
sorry, I've just thought. I completely just thought. Yeah.
Oh my god. Mate, that's cool as
Isn't it
fuck. Why
cool?
didn't you tell me that
Mate,
beforehand?
I
That's sick.
completely forgot to mention it, and I've been saving it just for the podcast. And this is
Oh
no
my
better
gosh.
time to show it off than for when we're talking about Ahsoka.
Oh my god.
If you don't already
That's
know,
brilliant.
I'm a massive Ahsoka fan. Grew up watching Clone Wars. Is probably one of my favorites.
Evidently.
Like one of my favorite fictional characters from any sort of medium ever.
Yeah.
Like a generational
Yeah.
character. I adore everything that she's in. I absolutely adored Ahsoka season 1 as much as it had its issues.
I did have his issues.
Ahsoka season 2.
Hey, you know what? Let me speak as someone who really didn't like Ahsoka season 1 and thought it was just kind of wanky nostalgia and kind of not really with any real substance. Kind of fucking excited for season 2, to be honest. It looks kind of really good, to be honest. I kind of think they're doing the right things.
Yeah.
I think involving Hayden Christensen a little bit more. Obviously, yes, that's nostalgia-y. Yes, that's wanky. The young girl who's playing Ahsoka in live action.
Hang on.
I can't remember the name. Go on.
Ariana Greenblatt.
Yep.
Bang.
Very good. She
Really good.
looks excellent, and those
Really
flashbacks are going to be hard as
She
fuck.
was
And they got
great
that so
the
right
first
in season
by the
1.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. I do worry that they're still doing the same thing a
Yeah.
little bit with the visuals, where it's like when they want to do a big scene because they're on a TV budget, they just flood the room with smoke.
Yeah.
They do seem to be doing that again, but I am really vibing with. I'm really vibing with the trailer. I'm really excited about where the story's going. The stuff with Thrawn seems really interesting.
Yeah.
The stuff with Ezra, I'm here
Can I
for it.
just
Like
say-
I'm really excited
also,
for that.
we didn't talk about fucking Amanda Svandy being his MJ's boyfriend in
Just some guy in that.
not No Way, Brand New Day as well. He's an amazing casting, by the way. He's so
Great casting. He's perfect as
great
Ezra,
with
and he gets
amazing
it.
with fans. Like he's so
Yeah.
open about everything. He's a fantastic casting,
And that's
He's a great
great. That's
ambassador.
great because
Yeah.
he'll end up playing that character for like years to
Yeah.
come. Just you wait. And I'm here for it. I don't think the Harrison Dula casting is that good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she really looks or feels the part. It doesn't feel like the same character
Yeah.
to me. That being said, I think him as Ezra is just
Yeah.
phenomenal casting, and Ezra is like the lead of another series, so it's really hard to recast that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect adaptation to live action. He's older, he's wiser, he's still got a little bit of that kind of charm.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm so here for
Have
it.
they removed the contacts? He doesn't. I
I
don't
don't
think
know,
he
actually,
had
that's
the
really-
really blue contacts that he wore in the first season. Hera still has her green ones, but I don't remember seeing him with the like crazy blue contacts.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Which I know
I
that was
don't
a
know, I don't
criticism
know.
from the first season from a lot of people.
It was a criticism from me, it just looked very fake.
Mm.
But I don't hate it.
Yeah,
I was really impressed with what I saw in the season 2 trailer. I do worry about certain things. I do worry: are we going to get a Luke Skywalker thing again? Are they going to do? How are they going to go down that road?
in what sense?
In the sense that Thrawn is coming back and waging war on the New Republic and
so you're
winning.
saying
You kind of
half
need,
the Luke. Yeah,
you kind of need something that ties back to that. Are we going to get a Luke? Are we going to get a Leia?
yeah.
Like, I don't think we're going to get a Han, but like those are the two where like Leia was kind of involved with season 1, but just off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then there's the big question of do they do the deep fake thing or
Yeah.
do they do the recasting? I kind of hope they do recasting.
Yeah. They need to
I
use
think-
the lad who they used as the body double and just have
Yeah.
him play Luke because he looks the part.
Yeah.
Is amazing as it, and he like knows the mannerisms. I mean, I don't know if he's an actor. I don't know how that would work if he's already an actor. If he's just a body double. If he's not, then
That's the
something
thing. I don't know if he's like an like he needs
That's
to be a
what I'm
good
saying,
actor
yeah.
as well. That's
I don't
the
know whether
thing.
the guy they used was just a body double or if he was an actual actor. If he's an actual actor,
I
great.
think he's
use
more
him.
of a
If he's
body double,
this
but
is
I think
yeah,
it's a bigger question. But I think for Leia, Billy Lord,
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher's daughter,
Yeah.
perfect casting.
Always have
Definitely
said
get
this,
that in
yeah.
there. Doesn't look exactly like her, but hey, it's her actual daughter
Yeah.
for fuck's sake. Like, let's just do it. Yeah,
I think
I'm
Star Wars
really into
continuity
that.
is good enough that we don't need.
No, like I can believably watch it. I understand that it's a little bit jarring, and I think it can be when it's such an iconic character. I think that you do have to be careful how you do it.
There is a part, yeah, it is
Um,
hard because it's like it would. In my opinion, it would be better if you can avoid doing them. However, when you are setting up this, it's impossible.
Like I
Unless
prefer
you've
them recast.
skipped the whole.
I'd prefer them recast, but I will. I also part of my brain is like I do prefer seeing the faces, but then again, it's the whole thing of like hey, the technology just ages really quickly. Like Mandalorian season 2 looks like ass.
Depending on the timeline, there is a chance that, depending on how the timeline works, Luke's temple might have already gone kaput, and he might already be in hiding. We could potentially then have the Ben Solo stuff has already happened. We don't know. There's
surely not yet, because we need to get to Snoke. The thing is, we need to get to Snoke. That's what we need to get to. Snoke before Ben Solo and the collapse of the Jedi Order. Anyway, I feel like we might be boring our viewers.
Yeah. We can talk about this. Final thing, sorry, before we move on.
Oh my god,
Skull recasting.
Oh yeah, happy with that. Looks great.
Amazing.
I think he's brilliant. We said this at the time. I think he's brilliant,
Genius.
That actor, and I'm very excited to see what they do with it. And I think because he's sort of been out in the wilderness, you can kind of make him a bit more dishevelled and kind of like
looks
lean
great
into
on
that a little
camera,
bit, like
so,
it looks different.
Yeah.
Hey, I think the trailer looks great, so I'm excited about that.
I watched this season.
Yeah, I might actually rewatch it as well just before.
When
just
does it
kind of
release?
familiarise myself again. October, I think. November, maybe.
I'll release it January 20th.
Oh, never mind.
Oh well. That's a shame.
It's a bit of a shame. It's alright. I can rewatch the season 1 over Christmas.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway.
Poster goes hard as fuck as well.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Is it time for Just News? I think it might be.
Just News, ladies and gentlemen.
Amazing.
Shall I
Get
share
that up.
my
Share
screen?
your screen. Yeah.
Share
please.
your screen. Our Just News story this week from me. Giant robot battle it out in Detroit's Robo War.
Well, that sounds fucking
Whatever
awesome.
you think about this title, it is not what you think. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready. It looks like real steel.
In the back of a church in an anonymous
This isn't
street
real.
of 7 Mile in Detroit.
Oh, it's going to be somewhere.
Dotted with industrial lots
Fuck's
and fast food store. Performers dressed as giant robots battle it out in the front of a live audience behind bulletproof glass. We have.
Hang on, where? Sorry, where is this again? Detroit, of course.
We have
bulletproof. The fact you need bulletproof glass for that is bad.
You'll hear why they need bulletproof glass.
Okay.
We have these 9-foot-tall metal gladiators that shoot exploding projectiles at 20 rounds a second, says Art Cartwright, the impresario who founded both the church, Global Empowerment Ministries, and the organization behind the robot show, the Interactive Combat League.
Get you a man who can do both. Get you a man who can found a church and robot wars.
Yeah. The show running
a man of the cloth and a man of the metal.
I remember that. What was it? Josiah 612 or something like that. The show running every few months is called Robo War because copyright.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, clever.
Cartwright's two enterprises have little to do with each other. He says, save for sharing space and introducing members of his community to potential employment in robotics. Metropolitan.
Wait, hang on! It's not robotics. It's two blokes in a suit.
Well, no, because they have to. They make the guns.
Brilliant. How that's
20
really
rounds a minute.
I do remember when those words were quoted in the Bible. Thanks to Jesus Christ himself said, "Thou shalt blast 20 fucking powerful explosive rounds at each other."
I can't remember for that. I can't wait for that mission in GTA 6 when I have to go and do a church heist and they come walking out.
Hey, honestly. And if that happened, people would call that unrealistic.
Exactly.
Just to think, this is the world we live in.
Metropolitan Detroit says right now, the nation leads the nation in robot. Cartwright says we have more robots than any other place in America.
But you don't. They're two blokes in suits.
But the gleaming.
It's like, do you ever go to in the UK? Do you ever go to like Butlins or something when you're a kid? Do you ever see Titan the robot?
Yeah. It's like the ones from Disney.
It's a bloke in a costume.
From Universal Studios, like the ones, the Transformers.
Yeah. It's a bloke in a costume. It's never like. It's not a robot. Do you know what I mean?
Robo War, Christian in disguise.
You can't tell me that it's the most advanced in robotics when it's just two blokes on stilts.
Hang on. Wait. But the gleaming, glowing-eyed stars of the Interactive Combat League are nothing like industrial robots that help assemble automobiles. They are played by humans wearing what might be considered mech suits. Robots fighting each other as entertainment is a cultural fantasy that goes back at least to 1956 when Richard Matheson's short story Steel was published in the magazine and fantasy of science fiction. Sorry, I thought he was about to say that this church inspired real Steel. I read the bottom line and was like, wait.
No.
It was adapted later in 1963 and then helped inspire the 20-year banger movie, by the way. And of course,
yeah, I love that one.
The man who runs it. I'm a Marvel fan, so I'm like, okay, let's make some robots that look like superheroes.
Yeah, truly a priest with his priorities in check, isn't he? Jesus Christ,
guys! There's an alternate universe where Tony Stark didn't make the first Iron Man suit in a cave; he made it in the back of a church.
I quite like the concept that he just. How much willpower do you think it was for him to be held back to not make like a Jesus robot?
I know. Massive like cross battle axe, something like that.
Yeah, one's Jesus and one's Judas, and they have to like beat the shit out of each other. Yeah,
RoboWar has been selling out shows in its 572-seat auditorium since it launched last summer and has attracted admiring national coverage. Tickets start at around $50. Cartwright says he eventually plans to stage online interactive robot fights where remote viewers control the action by buying virtual tokens. He says he's created AI personas for robots representing 30 different cities from Boston to Los Angeles.
I did get that vibe.
What is that?
What's that?
They talk...
Is that his mum's dildo?
They talk cash money trashy chuckles. RoboWar also features real robots. Robot dogs
my God,
and child...
I've just seen something.
What?
Keep reading.
Oh my God, I've just seen this all. Robot dogs and child-sized humanoids that dance and pose for pictures. Cartwright bought the smaller robots from a Chinese company, Unitree, known for making accessible robots, with some models available at places like Walmart and costing fewer than 20,000. Brother, what? Where is this money coming from for the church? Than $20,000.
It's the collection. It's the collection basket.
At one point during the show, there's a robot competing in a dance-off against a human audience member, executing impressive spins and flips, but the audience, including a 10-year-old, Caden Denard, mostly seems to root against the machines. They are clankers, Denard exclaims, using an emerging slur against robots and AI. I want to be mean to the robots. They are clankers. You better be nice to them before they finish you, his mother... Noble Denard's jokes, though the two depart in a cold Michigan night along with hundreds of other spectators. The room they left was full of human warmth.
What a horrible story. I just think that, like, just so many levels of confusion. I want to understand how that works. Those are people in stilts with, like, tinfoil wrapped around them. Okay, they've got guns. But how do they survive the guns? That's surely really unsafe. Are they blanks?
Must be.
They've got to be blanks.
They must be.
Can we firing real rounds at each other?
Why have the bulletproof screens?
And why is it in a church? Also, look at the picture on screen and tell me that that's a church. It's not a church. What is that?
This man is like backdooring money out of the church funds. Like there's something really dodgy going on here.
Like this is Saul Goodman behavior. Yeah. Like money laundering 101 with churchgoers. Yeah, we got $20,000 from the collection train. He fucking didn't.
Do you reckon they have to like say a secret password to get in? They go to the confession box.
You have to go to confessional, and the back door opens, and you can go in.
Father, I have sinned. I hate thy clankers, and the secret door opens. Crazy.
Jesus
Absolutely
Christ.
Crazy. Anyway.
Do you think in the church they got robots molesting children as well?
Anyway.
No? Okay, anyway.
Thank you so much for watching and or listening to this episode of Nostalgia Pit. If you are listening on Spotify, please leave us a hearty 5-star review. We only want human reviews. No clanker, robot, and AI reviews.
Wow, this is a clanker-free zone.
This is a clanker-free zone. If you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like and leave a comment. What do you think of all the crazy announcements recently? And what did you think of Odyssey Spider-Man? Of course,
yeah. What do you think?
Let us know. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We are approaching 500 subscribers. That would be amazing. And make sure to check out TikTok.
I love that
Twitter,
the word rapidly
Instagram.
has been removed from your dialogue there.
Make sure to check out TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all social medias. We love you, and we will see you next month for another episode.
Yes, which we're not going to confirm what it is because just in case it changes again.
Yeah, exactly. See you next month.
See you later. Bye.